From the Chocolate Mountains to the Sea of Cortez, all along the border on a Friday night, this is exciting Imperial Valley football on VSN Sports.net, the Valley Sports Network, the source for Imperial Valley sports. For John Moreno, this is Vic Carrillo here at Cal Jones Field as the Central Spartans coming off an undefeated spring season, going 5-0 in the COVID pandemic shortened Spring League, is hosting the Mount Carmel Sundevils coming from San Diego from the Del Mar area. Now they have a history going back in 2019 in the first round of San Diego CIF playoffs. The Spartans, led by Denito Osuna and Thadeo Campbell and Michael Sullivan, defeated the Sundevils of Mount Carmel by a score of 46-38. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to welcome in our inaugural debut, John Moreno, the play-by-play voice of choice.
Thank you, Vic. Well, it's great to be here at Cal Jones Field, the hallowed ground for the Central Spartans and their alumni. And tonight we open up VSN, their official first game of the season, with the Central Spartans and the Mount Carmel Sundevils. The Spartans are coming in after shutting out their opponents last season, March and April. They're coming into a tough fight because these teams look evenly matched as far as the ratings are concerned.
Well, the Central Spartans had a senior-laden squad last year, John. 28 seniors that graduated. They'd been together for 4 years, and I say 4 years because they won the Bell game 4 consecutive years under the direction and tutelage of Coach David Rookie Peña. Peña comes in to tonight's game in his 6th season here with the Spartans, and since taking over as the head coach at Central, David Peña has been very consistent in his messaging, where he says the Spartans are always trying to go 1-0 every week. Another thing that Coach Peña hits on, John, with frequency is legacy. This field is named after coaching legend Cal Jones, who came to Central in the mid-60s, coached through the 70s, left to Central Illinois along with Steve Evangelos, came back, and with the Gerald Robinson teams of the 80s, Cal Jones made his mark not only in Southern California, but in the West Coast region. What say you, Johnny Moe?
Well, you know, Rookie Peña's got some big shoes to fill, and he's been doing that, Vic. This is his 5th season. His record is 37-6 in the regular season. So there's consistency there in the program. In the playoffs, he's gone 5-3 with 2 CIF semifinals and 1 runner-up. So Central, their program, after 5 seasons, is almost where it wants to be, where it should be.
Well, John, they run a spread offense, and guiding that offense in practice every day is offensive coordinator Danny Alarcon. He was an outstanding All-Valley quarterback when he played a pocket passer. Defensive coordinator Brian Martin, known for his baseball skills, but also football and football coaching and management, the son of the late legendary Al Lefty Martin. The base offense, as I said, it's a spread offense with a concept design. They come up to the line of scrimmage. They look at what formation the defense is in, what cover they're in, 2, 3, or 4, and then the quarterback audibleizes there at the line of scrimmage. The receivers know where they're going to run. The line handle the blocking assignments amongst themselves, and the quarterback will just check down. He'll look at the deep receiver. If he's open, he goes for it. If he's not, he goes to the middle area receiver or the check-off, the safety valve. And last but not least, their base defense is a 4-2-5 defense that we can talk about later.
Well, let's talk about Mount Carmel. They're coming in from the tough Palomar League down in North County, San Diego, and they've got a tight end linebacker by the name of Jaden Virgin who is getting college interest.
Well, Johnny had 5 schools looking at him seriously, and he settled on Boise State. He's an outstanding tight end and linebacker. They'll bring him into the defensive line at defensive end, and I think the Boise State Broncos want to use him as an edge rusher. He's 6'3", 225, but the scouting report says that he can add anywhere from 20 to 25 more pounds of muscle, and it won't hinder his quickness or his speed. Currently, the Valley is represented on Boise State's roster with Casey Klein, Doug Klein's son, who was a standout, do everything at the Brawley for the Brawley Wildcats.
So Mount Carmel comes in and they run a spread offense as well, and they're going to come out and they'll put the ball in play. But I believe that shortly they'll be giving us the signal for the Star-Spangled Banner as we honor America.
Well, as we're waiting, John, we'd like to welcome all football fans to Valley Sports Network, tuning in on live stream on YouTube, valleysportsnetwork.net. And we'll pause, ladies and gentlemen, for the great El Centro Spartan Marching Band, waiting for their cue to play the national anthem in honor of America and our troops.
And the Spartans are coming in with a Spartan on horseback.
Well, John, let's talk about Friday Night Lights. Athletic bygone days aside, there's a romanticism about high school football. They were Friday Night Lights for everyone. It signals the beginning of the school year, and no sport galvanizes a campus and community like football. There are bands, which we're hearing right now, the Water Boys and Girls, grown men manning the chain crew. But what makes me smile, and you smile, John, is the exhilaration we feel when we spot the stadium lights and we see the football teams running out from the tunnel. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy tonight's broadcast. John Moreno and I will try to be as articulate as possible describing the action. We spent 27 seasons on Bulldog Radio. This is our first where the camera will do the talking and we'll just be innocent bystanders.
For the best burgers in town, it's Burgers and Beer at 260 North Imperial Avenue in El Centro. Open 7 days a week and serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Burgers and Beer is a place to watch the big game. Great food and great service. That's Burgers and Beer. And by Ivy Welding and Mechanical, industrial welding contractor for all your heavy metal needs. Ivy Welding incorporates welding techniques to build high-quality systems that exceed client expectations. That's Ivy Welding and Mechanical in El Centro.
While the Spartans captains are out in midfield for the coin toss, led by Angel Ortiz, number 27, Skylar Cook, number 10, number 64, Jace Ramirez, and number 2, Charlie Sullivan, a standout wide receiver for the Spartans. His older brother, Michael, is playing at Central, Colorado.
And Mount Carmel has won the toss, and they will receive.
And we now pause for the national anthem. Welcome. Some to the Sea of Cortez.
Out of the gun, looking over the middle, way deep. Pass is caught by number 21. Touchdown.
Reducing energy use during the summer is more.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
From the Chocolate Mountains to the Sea of Cortez, all along the border on a Friday night, it's exciting Imperial Valley football on VSN, Valley Sports Network. For John Moreno, this is Vic Carrillo here at Cal Jones Field, an exciting season opener with the Central Spartans hosting the visiting Sundevils from Mount Carmel High School in San Diego. They have history dating back to 2019 in November in the first round of Division III playoffs when the Spartans, led by Denito Osuna, Thadeo Campbell, and Mike Sullivan, turned away the Sundevils by a score of 46-38. But throw that game aside, the records, it's an all-new squad on both sides, and the Central Spartans, an all-royal blue uniforms with white trim, taking on the all-white, scarlet, and gold Sundevils from Mount Carmel. The Spartans will be kicking off. It'll be number 25 for the Spartans. That's Miles Rodriguez. He's a junior, 155. Back to receive for the Sundevils, Luke Sevier, number 17. He also doubles as a wide receiver. And number 3, Hunter Ledesma, standing both inside their own 5-yard line. We're kicking from west to east. The wind may be a factor. You can see the beautiful science, technology, engineering, and mathematics building that's still undergoing construction. The acronym is STEM, and it's going to be a welcome addition and plus academically for the Spartan students.
An end-over-end kick be fielded right at the 20. Picked up and taken up field to about the 36-yard line. And that's
offensively, the Sundevils will go with Caden Gent, number 4, quarterback. He'll be joined by running back number 33, Kazanti Matthews, along with Hunter Ledesma, Drew Ventimiglia, Luke Sevier, and the tight end, Jaden Virgin.
a swing pass coming this way. It's caught by number 3, Hunter Ledesma. He'll pick up about 8 yards and take it to his own 44-yard lines. It'll be second and about 2.
Brought down by Rodolfo Lizaola, a 6-foot junior weighing 190, as the no-huddle offense of Mount Carmel catches a Spartan offside. That looked like
Number 54.
number 54 for the Spartans, Malachi Okan.
So they'll move it up 5 yards and give it a first down for the Mount Carmel Sundevils. They're spreading out their offense. Empty backfield. And another jump by number 54. So
Caden Gent is the quarterback.
First and 5 at the Central 46. Caden Gent with 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Ledesma in motion. Penalty flags.
Brought down by number 68, Nicholas Jimenez. He goes by Nico, his 6-footer, 285-pound junior, making his presence felt as the Spartans go with Dominic Lerma, Israel Rascon, Malachi Okan, and Nicholas Jimenez, the front 4. They play a 4-2 defense. The inside linebackers are number 32, Rodolfo Lizaola. Angel Ortiz will give you the DBs after this play.
On a holding penalty, so they're going to give it right up the middle. That's Kizante Matthews for the Sundevils. And he'll take it up to the right to midfield. So it'll be
Brought
second
down
and 9.
by number 56, Dominic Lerma, a senior, 200-pounder, but not until Kizante Matthews made a significant gain.
Caden Gent with a swing pass to the right. Pass is caught, number 22, that's Jaden Virgin. And there's a fumble. And we don't see if it's the Central ball now. They've got the football.
Well, a turnover here with 10:33 remaining in the first quarter.
And see who, Central, let's see who the quarterback for the Spartans is.
Damian Rodriguez, number 7.
Number 7.
So offensively, they'll go with Damian Rodriguez at quarterback, Charlie Sullivan, Zarian Robinson, Arturo Estrada, Elijah Perez, and Gavin Marini at the skill positions.
And people are jumping off sides. That's usually what happens in the first game, Vic. A little over anxious. There's another penalty on the far side. It's the same one, so it'll 5-yard penalty, move up the ball to the Spartan 48-yard line. So a 1st and 5 for Central. Damian Rodriguez out of the gun, 1 lone setback. Double-double formation, first quarter, no score. Man in motion coming this way. He'll take the snap. Fakes the dive, shoots it over the middle. Pass is caught, number 3. That's
Sergio Garcia, a 5'11", 165-pound freshman, John, the lone freshman on the squad of the Spartans. As they come in with 19 seniors, 19 juniors, 7 sophomores, and the lone freshman who just made that spectacular catch.
So 1st and 10 at the Mount Carmel 43. Rodriguez out of the shotgun. He'll hand off the football there to number 6. That is Zarian Robinson. And he'll get about a yard.
He's immediately brought down by Jaden Virgin, number 22, who's going to Boise State on a full ride scholarship. He's being joined by number 9, T.M. Anderson, Elias Quidiche, along with Darren Parham.
2nd and 9
on the front 4
for the Spartans. Damian Rodriguez out of the gun. Looking over the middle, shoots it, passes caught. Almost up for a first down by number 8, Elijah Perez.
So Damian Rodriguez with a 3-step drop there in shotgun formation, John. They're running the spread offense to perfection thus far with Rodriguez at the helm. There's no drop-off from Osuna or to Jordan Reed last year, and Rodriguez is filling in those shoes.
And there's a timeout, and we'll be back with more in a minute on the VSN Sports Network. Marianne Valenzuela is your State Farm insurance agent in the Imperial Valley, specializing in home, auto, business, property, and more. And with over 20 years of experience, Marianne will help you figure out what coverage you need to take control of your financial future. Like a good neighbor, she's located at 122 Main Street in Brawley. Call Marianne Valenzuela, State Farm, at 344-0447. and by Top Notch Barbershop, 317 Wake Avenue in El Centro. Check out Top Notch Barbershop, open 7 days a week, Monday through Saturday, 8 to 9, Sundays, 8 to 5, where our regular haircuts are always $20, and Wednesdays is our $15 special. Military and senior discounts offered every day.
Well, Mount Carmel, under the direction of Drew Westling, has Parham and Virgin rounding out the front four. The linebackers are Aiden Smith and Colson Montgomery. The defensive backs, Ron Percy, Trevor Bananao. Xavier Luke is the strong safety, and he's joined with Griffin Ramos and Roman Weicker.
Damien will hand it off to number 2. That's Charlie Sullivan. Up the middle and met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play for the Central Spartans.
And that was number 88 for the Jimmy Milder, a sophomore, making that tackle.
So 4th and a yard for the Central Spartans. They're going to go for it. Damien Rodriguez out of the shotgun. He'll hand it off. Charlie Sullivan. Does he get it? They're pushing him forward.
Well, that looked like a rugby scrum there, John, as Sullivan tries to knock out that tough yard. It was a 4th and 1 inside Sun Devil territory, the ball at the 33. Well, they call for a measurement.
He didn't have much to go. It was only about a yard, Vic, but Sullivan was hit right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, it was a tough yard with Kitashe, Anderson, Parham, and Virgin there closing up the gap, and Sullivan had to use all his athleticism to be able to advance that one tough yard.
And Mount Carmel will get the ball back.
Tonight's referees, Gene Martin, the referee, Nathan Binkins is the umpire, Randy Ross is the head linesman, James Bentley is the line judge, and John Robb is the back judge, representing the Imperial Valley Football Officials Association here on opening night in Imperial Valley football.
So Mount Carmel now, 1st and 10, handing off the football. No gain on the play.
Defensively, the Spartans go with Josiel Rodriguez, Joel Gonzalez Valdez, Skylar Cook, Charlie Sullivan, and Zarian Robinson in the defensive backfield. The linebackers, Lizaola and Angel Ortiz.
Caden Gent out of the shotgun, spreading out the offense. Shoots a little swing pass here to the near side. Number 3, Hunter Ledesma, brought down behind the line of scrimmage by a horde of Spartans.
And that was number 12, Josiel Rodriguez.
Loss of 4.
A 5'9", 150-pound defensive back, making his presence felt. Only a sophomore, so this is the first of potentially 3 great seasons out of him.
So 3rd and about 14 for the Mount Carmel Sundevils inside their own 30-yard line. Out of the gun, spreading the offense. 4 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Gent scrambles, looking for a receiver. Shoots it to the right, incomplete, intended for number 3, Hunter Ledesma.
Putting pressure, number 54, Malachi Okan, a sophomore, goes at 180 pounds. He was assisted by defensive back number 2, Charlie Sullivan, in on the play. So forced to scramble to his right. He's a southpaw, left-handed passer, and it was difficult for him to throw across the body. He had a little steam on that pass attempt. Back to punt is Kian Rubin to receive.
Is that 8? It'll be fielded at the 35 by number 8. That is Elijah Perez. Hit immediately and stopped right inside the 35 at about the 33-yard line. So the Spartans will take over 1st and 10 here in the first quarter. 6:47 to go. No score in the ball game.
Number 25, Jason Hill of the Sundevils, credited with that tackle. The ball for the Spartans at their own 33-yard line, going left to right on your screen.
Damian Rodriguez out of the shotgun.
Well, a breeze has come up, John. Will the wind be a factor?
There he goes, hands it off to, I believe it's Robinson. Fakes right, goes up, and will pick up about 4.
Robinson, only a sophomore, the son of all-CIF performer Gerald Robinson back in the 80s, under when Cal Jones was still here in his last years. Rushed for 140 yards in his debut last year as a freshman against the Calexico Bulldogs.
2nd and about 7, back at their own 32, 37. Rodriguez shoots it, pass is caught, number 8 for the Spartans.
Number 6.
Number 6, excuse me, that is Zarian Robinson. Will get a first down. He'll pick up about 10, and they'll spot it right at the 47, Vic.
Brought down by number 20, Ron Percy, a junior defensive back, but not until Robinson was able to pick up the necessary yardage for a first down. They're just shy of midfield, John, the ball at the central 47-yard line.
Damian Rodriguez out of the shotgun. He'll hand it off right up the middle, finding a big hole is Charlie Sullivan. He'll pick up about 7 yards. So Charlie Sullivan took it straight up, found a big hole on the right side.
Running behind Anthony Ramirez and Brennan Havens, 290 junior, number 73, and able to cause some damage there as the ball now crosses midfield, the ball at the 46-yard line of the Sundevils.
2nd and about short for the Spartans. First quarter, no score, 5:15. Rodriguez out of the shotgun. And is sacked. Brought back at the 45.
That was number 21, Darian Parham, blitzing from the left side.
And back to the original line of scrimmage, Vic.
Well, he came in untouched, John. A lot of quickness and athleticism on display there. So it'll be 3rd and 10 for the Spartans here with 4:42 remaining in the first quarter. No score in the ball game, ladies and gentlemen, if you just joined us.
Rodriguez out of the shotgun. 3 receivers on the left. Pass is caught there. And finding some room is number 9, Arturo Estrada. He'll pick up 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 4th and about a yard.
Trevor Bananal, a senior, making that stop there, a touchdown-saving stop. But once again, the Spartans are faced with a 4th and short yardage. The ball at the 49-yard line. They need to get to the 38 for a first down. So the Spartan offense being tested early here, John, particularly the offensive linemen, to see who controls the trenches to set the tempo for the rest of the game.
And the Spartans going again on a 4th and short. Rodriguez hands it off to number 2, Charlie Sullivan. Can't find room this time, and the Mount Carmel Sundevils hold him.
That was number 44, Colson Montgomery, one of the inside linebackers that had his way with the Spartan offense as he gets deep into the Spartan backfield. And before that play could develop, he was there to put his mittens on the ball carrier and drop him for a loss, deny him that first down opportunity. And once again, the Spartans denied a scoring opportunity.
Caden Gent spreading the offense. 1st and 10. There's penalty flags.
So the Spartan defense going with Dominic Lerma, Israel Rascon, Malachi Okan, and Nicolas Jimenez playing the front 4. The inside linebackers are number 32, Rodolfo Lizaola, and number 27, Angel Ortiz, all Imperial Valley League last year.
1st and 5 for the Mount Carmel Sundevils on a offsides call. So Gent looking, shoots it quickly to number 17. That is Luke Sevier.
Luke Sevier, John, he was one of the top 3 players of the 50 that were named by the San Diego Union Tribune early this week. Jaden Virgin was one of the top 10 players, but
and And he catches the ball and runs to the first down, and the Sundevils have a first down, and Gent throws it over the middle.
And that was Skylar Cook, 6'1", a 190-pound junior.
Looking for Severe again, but Skylar Cook was right there.
He was all-league last year, John, and started his freshman year as well.
2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So both teams look evenly matched thus far with 3:22 remaining here in the first quarter. No score in the ball game.
Caden Gent with
but we're getting to see flashes of brilliance.
There you go. And
on both sides of the ball.
Timeout.
Tonight's game is being brought to you by...
For the most in-depth local and regional news and the best high school sports coverage around, check out the Calexico Chronicle and the Hootville Tribune, in print or online at the all-new CalexicoChronicle.com. Does your license plate frame say Robinson Ford? Offering an inventory of both new and used vehicles. Robinson Ford Sales is at 1777 North Imperial Avenue. Call us at 760-357-3141. For the best-selling cars in the country, come check out the new Bronco for 2021. And have you earned your varsity letter? We'll get your Letterman jacket started today at lettermansandbros.com. 760-693-5034. Ask for Dan, Letterman's and Bro. And Esquer Realty. Need real estate services? Thinking of buying or selling a house? Wondering what your property is worth? Get top dollar on your investment. Call Mark Esquer, real estate broker, offering professional, friendly service for over 27 years. Call for a free market quote at 357-9707. That's 357-9707. And that's Esquer Realty, the mark of excellence. By Brownie's Diner, located at 990 Main in Brawley. Brownie's Diner serves up good food with the Town Pump menu. Come by and savor a delicious steak from Brant Beef or their famous chicken fried steak. At Brownie's Diner, you'll leave satisfied. Call for takeout at 760-344-2938. Brownie's Diner in Brawley. So Mount Carmel on a 2nd and 10 at the Spartan 40-yard line with Caden Gent in the gun. Swing pass to number 12. Now shooting it over to the right side. That is Josh Bell. It looks like the pass was caught.
It looked like it was caught by number 2, Trevor Bananel.
So a first down for the Mount Carmel Sundevils as they're marching down the field.
And their deepest penetration, John, inside the 25-yard line of the Spartans.
Gent will hand it off again.
No, he keeps it.
Yep. He'll keep it, goes up the middle and pick up about a yard. He's met at the line of scrimmage by the Spartan defense.
And that was number 32, Rodolfo Lizaola, a 190-pound junior, making the tackle there. So it'll be 2nd and about 10.
For Caden Gent and company. Little play action fake and shoots it over to number 22. It's caught. It's Jaden Virgin. And he'll take it up the field there to about the inside the 20. Looking at the 16-yard line.
Well, you know, Johnny was a force on defense. 27 tackles last year in the shortened season. And here you have
Kazanti Matthews. And he'll get the first down as they'll spot it right at the 11. So a 1st and 10 at the 11 for the Mount Carmel Sundevils going in.
No huddle offense. Hurry up.
And 2:42 to go in this first quarter, no score. Gent finds room on the right side and takes it in for a touchdown. Mount Carmel.
Well, Mount Carmel, first after faking to Kazanti Matthews to soften the interior of the Spartan defense, relied on the blocking of Trevor Dickinson, Elias Quideshe, along with Gerald Kakam, the right side of the offensive line, to open up a big running lane for Caden Gent to high-step it into the end zone as the Sun Devils draw first blood here in the contest with 2:34 remaining here in the first quarter.
Keanu Rubin is set for the extra point.
A soccer-style kicker, John.
Snap, set, and it's blocked. Deflected. And looking like the Spartans were wanting to run it back. So an 11-yard scamper into the end zone by Caden Gent puts 6 points on the board for the Central Spartans. Tonight's game is brought to you by
I'm going to watch it here.
Imperial Printers, where we are ready to help you with your next project, from business cards to yard signs and everything in between. Give us a call at 352-1300 for a quote or any questions you may have. Located at 430 West Main in El Centro. That's Imperial Printers. What can we print for you today? By Keystone HR. You need a job? You need to hire someone who needs a job. Give Keystone HR a call at 760-357-2929 for all your staffing needs. They specialize in payroll services, part-time and full-time staffing, workers' comp insurance, healthcare, ACA compliance, and more. Keystone Staffing in Calexico is a proud sponsor of Imperial Valley football. And by the Dom Team. The Dom Team Real Estate Company serves the entire Imperial Valley with a full array of services limited not only to residential, but including farmland, commercial, and industrial ground. For honest and reliable real estate advice, it's the Dom Team at 760-337-8600.
Well, Keon Rubin for the Sundevils handling all the kicking duties here in the opening night of the 2021 season.
It'll be fielded by number 9 for the Spartans, and that is Arturo Estrada will not return it. As a result, the Spartans will get the ball at the 20.
So the Spartans, John, will take over at their own 25-yard line. The wind is to their backs. It's a easterly direction wind.
And we got an update at the Hoteville game. Hoteville and Southwest, 8-0 Hoteville with 4 minutes left in the first quarter.
Well, you know, Hoteville, the Vikings, last week during the Southwest Football Carnival, hosting all the Imperial Valley schools, all 8 of them, when we interviewed the Hopeville players, they came in with their gunslinger cowboy hats and their boots on.
Yeehaw!
And they said they were pointing toward their first game against the Southwest Eagles.
And is that Robinson getting the handoff?
That's Robinson getting the handoff, and he's tackled by number 44, Colson Montgomery.
He'll pick up 4
who's had a
yards.
standout game thus far, even though it's still in the first quarter. We've called his name out several times, but he's really holding tough there in the left linebacker position, along with Aiden Smith.
Okay, pick up 4 for Robinson for the Spartans at the 29-yard line. Damian Rodriguez, quarterback, out of the shotgun. Looking to his right and hit hard, intended for number 14, Gavin Marini. And a big hit from the Mount Carmel Sun Devil number 3, I believe it was.
That was Hunter Ledesma, who timed it perfectly, and that bone-jarring tackle, coughing the ball up, was Marini. And as a result, the Spartans are now faced with a third and about 7 yards.
Damon Rodriguez on a 3rd and long here at the zone.
They need to get to their 30-yard line for a first down.
24. And he's scrambling, looking deep. A man is open. Pass is caught. Number 8. That is Elijah Perez, getting a lot of yardage for the Central Spartans, crossing midfield all the way to the 46-yard line of Mount Carmel.
That was Trevor Bananal racing over there to make that tackle, but not until the reception was made. So a first down for the Central Spartans as they cross midfield for the 3rd time in the first quarter. Nothing to show for it thus far in points, as they've been held twice on 4th down and short yardage situations.
Minute and 20 to go. First quarter, 6-0 Mount Carmel. Hand off to number 2 for the Spartans. Finds a lot of room. That's Charlie Sullivan. Crosses the line of scrimmage and goes out of bounds, picking up at least 8 yards.
Pushed out of bounds by number 2, Trevor Bananal, along with number 10, Noah Risotto, a senior.
This ball will be spotted at the 38-yard line with Damien Rodriguez and company and the Central Spartans out of the shotgun.
So a good pickup there by Sullivan, 8 yards on the play.
And he fakes the dive, decides to keep it. No, he's deciding to whether to throw it or not. Runs down the near sideline, knocked out of bounds, but not after he picks up a whole bunch of yardage, looking like about 15 yards.
So Damian Rodriguez rolling out to his right. He had number 14 wide open downfield. Gavin Marini, who was running a fly pattern and was open from the 15-yard line in, waving his hands, but Rodriguez decides to tuck it under and get the first down himself. So 1st and 10 for the Spartans inside the 25-yard line of the Sundevils.
Damian Rodriguez can't handle the football, and he was looking like he was having a tough time. So he'll have to drop that ball and make it a dead play.
Excellent penetration by the Sundevils, number 58, Quetta Shai, along with number 21, Darren Parham, applying the pressure there and making sure Rodriguez wouldn't be able to escape the pocket.
So Rodriguez loses 5 yards, so the ball back at about the 28. 2nd and 15. Charlie Sullivan breaks some tackles and takes it across the 25 up to about the 23-yard line. A pickup of 6.
Well, Sullivan, John, the younger brother of Michael Sullivan, the standout receiver for the Central Spartans 2 years ago, a favorite target of Danilo Osuna in their glory days, and he's playing up in Colorado football there. So it's good to see these Spartans continuing not only their academic careers, but also their athletic careers.
And timeout is called with 2 seconds in this first quarter. Your county supervisor, District 1, Jesus Cachu Escobar, is a proud sponsor of VSN, and as a committed public servant, Jesus Escobar's civic and community involvement includes being a board member of the Border Communities Capital Company. Jesus Escobar would like to thank his constituents of District 1 and wishes the Valley teams a great season. Ojeda Industries, commercial and industrial equipment supplier. Ojeda Industries is proud to sponsor Valley Sports Network. Ojeda Industries was voted Ivy Press Reader's Choice for the best farming equipment provider in 2019. Located in Brawley, Ojeda Industries is here to serve you. At Arcticare, we know that having the right people on the job is just as important as choosing the best equipment. Our York-trained professionals provide you with top-quality equipment, skilled installation, and an expert analysis of your comfort needs. Contact Arctic Air Conditioning and Heating at 352-8855. Proud sponsor of Imperial Valley football. So the Spartans on a 3rd and 9 inside the 25-yard line at the 24. Going in with Damian Rodriguez and 3 receivers to the left side. He's got Zarian Robinson in the backfield. And they're still conversing down there. Rodriguez will take the snap. Looking over the middle. Looking for number 3, that's Sergio Garcia, incomplete. That'll end the first quarter of play with a score. Mount Carmel 6 and Central 0. Sanders Incorporated Architecture and Engineering. Form follows function at Sanders Incorporated. Architecture and engineering is our expertise. As leaders in design, development, and delivery, Sanders Incorporated will assist with major building and infrastructure projects that enhance and beautify our Valley community. That's Sanders Architecture and Engineering in El Centro. By Nava Commercial Capital and Real Estate Incorporated. The perfect time for you to refinance may be now. Don't miss your chance to save cash or shorten your loan terms. Reach out to discuss your options at 760-960-3049. George Nava is there to help you out. Nava Commercial Capital and Real Estate. Dippy Duck, IID's official safety mascot, has been teaching children water safety for more than 50 years. Recognizing the need to further educate youth in the Valley, he recently took on the challenge of promoting energy safety as well. Remember, please stay safe around canals. So the Central Spartans now starting the second quarter. They've got a 4th and about 9, but they're way down at the 23-yard line going in.
Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. If you just joined us, the Sundevils of Mount Carmel drew first blood on a Caden Gent 11-yard quarterback keeper, but the point after attempt by Kian Rubin was blocked, and as a result, they're holding on to a 6-0 lead.
Damian Rodriguez has time over the middle. Caught! That's Perez.
That's Damian Robinson.
Oh, Robinson, excuse me. Zarian Robinson. But not enough. So they'll turn the ball over 1st and 10, and Mount Carmel will get it.
So the third time wasn't the charm, John, as the Spartans, once again on a 4th down play, unable to capitalize on the field position, and as a result, they come up short again, and the Sundevils of Mount Carmel will be taking over 6 seconds into the second quarter, the ball at their own 16-yard line.
So, Caden Gent. Looks like Wildcat offense there. That passed the number.
Sundevils move number 22 to quarterback and the quarterback draw.
Jaden Virgin took it that time.
Number 22, one of the top 12 players in San Diego County this year, rated number 57 statewide, accepted a full ride scholarship to Boise State, where they'll be utilizing him as an edge rusher, but outstanding athlete as a tight end, wide receiver, and a great defensive player in his own right.
You have an injured Mount Carmel Sun Devil, Elias Kirachai.
Right, that's Kirachai, number 58 there, that seems to either stretch his knee or might be getting cramps, John, because before game time it was 108 degrees and the temperature's been cooling as this breeze has been coming in, but even a 5-degree drop or 10-degree drop may not suffice for those visiting from the coast in San Diego that are used to a nice 75, 78 degree summertime weather. So number 58, Kirachai, hobbles off on his own power. He'll have to sit out a play. So the Sun Devil offense is coming back on the field. Spartans defensively go with Dominic Lerma, Israel Rascon, Malachi Okan, and Nicholas Jimenez, the front four.
Caden Gent hands off the football. Kazanti Matthews brought down behind the line of scrimmage, Vic.
He was brought down by number 56, Dominic Lerma, who was in the backfield as if he was on the offensive side of the ball to begin with. So
a loss of a couple of yards there. 3rd and 12. And Caden Gent for the Sun Devils.
The Spartans in all blue uniforms with white trim. The Sun Devils with white uniforms with scarlet and gold lettering.
And we have another penalty.
I like the Sun Devils helmets, John. They're reminiscent of the Wolverines of Michigan.
False start.
Another local, well, not a local high school, a Southern California high school that has a great national reputation, Mater Dei, also sports the same design on their helmets.
3rd and about 16. The ball will be placed at the Mount Carmel 12-yard line.
And that's the Mater Dei Monarchs in Orange County. The Brawley Wildcats journeyed west to the South Bay area of San Diego to take on the Mater Dei Crusaders.
And VSN will be broadcasting that too with Will Torres and Ron Rubio. A pass up the middle, passes caught number 17.
Xavier.
And he'll pick up much needed yardage.
I take that back as Sevier. Luke Sevier, one of the top 50 players for San Diego County for the 21 season.
And a 4th and about 4. They're going to go for it, Vic. Way back in their own territory.
You know what's surprising, John? With the quarterback, Gent, being a southpaw, left-handed passer, he likes throwing to his right a lot.
And it looks a bit awkward, doesn't it?
It looks awkward from the stands, but it's effective. He's efficient, and the efficacy of the Sun Devil offense has been evidenced as they are holding on to a 6-0 lead over the Spartans as time is called with 10:06 remaining here in the second quarter. Sun Devils 6, Spartans 0.
Havens and Sons Trucking is located at 603 East Main in El Centro and specializes in gravel, rock, and stone, and for all your landscaping materials and needs. It's Havens Landscaping. Let us know what you need for your next project. Call us at 760-352-6735. Havens Landscaping, proud sponsor of VSN.
While the Spartan defense getting their instructions from Joey Denton along with Brian Martin.
We've got some updates here. Hopeville and Southwest, 8-7. Hopeville over Southwest. Southwest just scored a bad snap going over the head of Ruben. And it will be a safety, or goes out of the end zone. It's a safety.
So that's 2 points for the Central Spartan defense. Plus, they get the ball on a free kick exercised by the Sun Devils, and Ruben, once again, he'll get to redeem himself. So the Spartans, with 9:59 on the scoreboard here in the second quarter, have cut into the 6-0 lead by scoring 2 points, reflective of a baseball score, 6-2. And the Spartans with their On Wisconsin battle cry, their school fight song.
So the Spartans get on the board with a safety here in the second quarter, 9:59, bringing the score 6-2 in favor of Mount Carmel.
Ruben handling all the kicking duties for the Sun Devils of Mount Carmel. He's the kickoff specialist, the place kicking specialist, as well as the punter. Back at his own 26-yard line.
So he's kicking. It's a free kick from the 20. And it goes deep. And it'll be fielded by number 3, who drops it, picks it up at about the 22, goes straight up, and it hits hard. That's number 3. That is Sergio Garcia. And he'll return it to about the 34-yard line, 35.
You know, John, he's only a freshman, and they're giving him a lot of responsibility here in the first game of the season. He's probably only practiced 2 weeks as the Central School District, the El Centro High School District, which encompasses Central Union High School and Southwest High School to the west. They started classes a week ago Monday, so they just completed their second week of the 2021 calendar school year.
So Damian Rodriguez out of the gun on a 1st and 10 from the 35. Rolling out. Feeling pressure and brought down and sacked by number 22.
That's Jaden Virgin, 6'3", 225, all-CIF defensive end. And he just gave an illustration of why he earned those honors from play of last year and his sophomore year. Received a lot of college interest here from West Coast schools. Fresno State, San Jose State, Washington State, Oregon State, but he settled on Boise State.
A loss of 6 on the play, Vic, so it'll be a 2nd and 16 for Central. Damian Rodriguez out of the shotgun. He'll hand it off this time. Looks like Charlie Sullivan. He'll take it to about the 35, but there's penalty flags.
A pickup by Charlie Sullivan, but number 68, Nicholas Jimenez, a 6-foot, 285 tackle, gave Virgin all he could handle as he made a good block, knocked him to the ground. They would call those pancake blocks, but I wouldn't go that far to give him that credit. But it was a good mano-a-mano battle as both the offense and defensive lines here trying to control the trenches here in midway through the first half.
So they will call a false start on the Spartans to move it back 5 yards. Now it's a 2nd and 21 for Central. They've got to get to the 45. Rodriguez takes a snap, shoots it, pass is caught in the right flat.
Pass complete. Number 14, Gavin Marini.
Kevin Marini making the reception there, all-league receiver from this past spring. Number 88 for the...
Pick up a few yards, it'll look like a 3rd and about 18 or 19 with Damon Rodriguez out of the shotgun.
That was Jimmy Milder making that stop there.
And again, he's brought down and sacked.
And number 22, Jaden Virgin.
So a 4th and long will bring out the punting unit for the Spartans with 7:44 to go in the first half.
You know, last spring in the shortened season, I believe Mount Carmel was able to play 6 games, 6.5 sacks recorded by Jaden Virgin, along with 27 tackles.
Well, now he's got 2 in this game. And punting for the Spartans. Number 2. Charlie Sullivan.
17 on the return, brought out to the 49-yard
And that was Luke Sevier picking the ball up at his own 40-yard line and advancing it just shy of midfield. The ball will be placed at the 49-yard line.
We've got an update with the Southwest Hopeville game. Southwest just scored again, 13-8 Southwest with 8 minutes in the second quarter. So Caden Gent and the Mount Carmel Sundevils right about midfield with a 1st and 10, Vic.
Well, Nicolas Jimenez going to man the defensive line there from the tackle position. Spartans running a 4-2-5 defense. Bend but don't break. Don't give up the big play.
17, and that's Luke Sevier,
pass complete to number 17.
and he'll pick up about 7.
Gain of about 8 yards.
A nice little shake and bake as he broke to the outside, tried to juke his way as the no-huddle hurry-up offense executed by the Sun Devils.
Another handoff right up the middle, number 3, Ledesma. We'll get the first down and more as he takes it inside the 40 to the 35.
And he was brought down by number 27, Angel Ortiz.
Ledesma again fumbles a football,
Number 3 on the carry,
but it looks like it's recovered by Mont Carmel.
number 72 of the Sundevils falls on it.
Well, this hurry-up offense, John, isn't giving the Spartans time to substitute or catch their breath because it's hot for everybody, even though we feel the breeze up here in the press box.
Number 33 on the carry,
Kazanti Matthews, 235-pound fullback, they're not only knocking helmets loose, but also would-be tacklers as they weren't able to bring him down. He picks up several yards on the play. It looked like he ran for 8, but they're only giving him 2. So it'll be 2nd and 8.
So that's no flag. They'll just continue on down, so they're going to mark it up to about the 30.
Dominic Lerma had his helmet knocked off, so he has to sit out of play. He'll be replaced by number 53.
3rd and 5 for Mont Carmel. Fakes the dive, and Gent will take it and brought down immediately at the line of scrimmage. Julian Ramirez for the Spartans in on the stop. So 4th and 5 at the 30-yard line for the Sundevils.
So Charlie Sullivan, 6'1", 185, defensive back there, keen, the Spartan defense, as the Sundevils are faced with a 4th and 5.
They're
The
going.
ball at the Spartan 30-yard line.
They're going for it.
A Wildcat.
To number 22. That
Virgin.
Virgin. Does he get it?
First down for the Sundevils.
Well, he's 6'3", 225 pounds, John.
He did get it inside the 25 at about the 24 yard, right at the 25-yard line. So 1st and 10 for Mount Carmel. 5:35 to go, first half.
Well, a 5-yard run as he bowls his way towards the 25-yard line, giving the Sundevils a first down as time is called. Tonight's ball game is being brought to you by
Fred Miramontes, Undersheriff, reminds you that you can start a neighborhood watch program in your rural area. The Sheriff's Department Crime Prevention Unit can assist you by meeting with you and your neighbors. Call them at 442-265-2000 for more information. Support your neighborhood watch volunteers. By La Resaca and Sonora Fusion. La Resaca has the absolute best Mexican-style seafood, chavelas, and of course, best clamatos anywhere. Try the Sonora Fusion in El Centro for the best cuts of beef, aged beef. La Resaca at 221 Campillo Street in Calexico and at 6th and Main in El Centro. So we're looking forward to getting our halftime guest tonight. That will be Josh Wise. 1st and 10 for Mount Carmel. At the 25, and can hand it off to number 22. That's
number 33. That's Matthews.
Matthews.
Number 33 bounces it outside, gains about 5 yards.
Kazante Matthews will pick up about 4, 5 maybe. They'll spot it at the 21.
And he's brought down by number 54, Malachi Okan. No huddle, hurry up offense. Gent looking at the sidelines with Coach Dresling giving him the signals.
Empty backfield. Gent fakes the pump. Scrambling and rolling. Looking over the middle. A man is open. Pass is caught. Touchdown Mount Carmel by number 24. All by himself.
That's Connor Bananal, a sophomore, as the scrambling Gent, looking like Fran Tarkenton of the 60s of the Minnesota Vikings, running to his left, then reversing field, coming back to his right, rolling out to his right, throwing across his body, and able to get the ball to Bananal, who slipped behind the defense as the Sundevils, with 4:48 remaining in the second quarter, jump out to a 12-2 lead over the hosting Central Spartans. It looks like they're going to run the Wildcat with Virgin going for the 2-point conversion.
He'll take the snap and go to his left, turns it up, and looks like he's in. So the 2-point conversion is good. It's 14-2. Mount Carmel on top over the Central Spartans.
Well, it was a foot race to the pylon there, John, in the northeast corner of the end zone, and he outran the Central defense to get in. So with 4:48 remaining here in the second quarter, Mount Carmel 14, Central 2.
We have an update with Hopeville and Southwest, the other game in the Imperial Valley tonight. Hopeville now scores, and they're up 16-13 with 4 minutes to go in the second quarter. Do we have an update on Brawley and Mater Dei? We'll try to get that one to you. That's being broadcast also on VSN with Will Torres and Ron Rubio.
It looks like number 6, Zarian Robinson, is standing on his 5-yard line, and he's joined by, is that number 3?
Yes. Sergio Garcia. Robinson will field it inside the 10, drops the football, picks it up at the 3, coming this way, and is in trouble, and brought down at the 9-yard line.
Well, Garcia's a freshman, Robinson a sophomore, and that inexperience was evident there on that kickoff return as he mishandled the football, scrambling for his life, barely able to make it out to the 9-yard line. So the Spartans will take over, going right to left on your screen. They'll be throwing into the breeze, which is picking up. Rodriguez in shotgun formation.
27-14, Brawley's down at halftime against Mater Dei.
What was the score again?
27-14. So a handoff up the middle gives Central 4 yards.
Well, Central going with, Southwest, Mount Carmel going with T.M. Anderson, Quadache, Darren Parham, and Virgin, the front four. Linebackers are Smith and Montgomery.
We have a new quarterback in there for the Spartans, number 11, Vic.
That is Jacob Thomas.
Jacob Thomas looked to his left and...
I take it back, John. It's not Jacob Thomas. It's number 11, Hayden Hernandez.
Hayden Hernandez. As Damon Rodriguez is sitting this one out. Has time looking over the middle, shoots it, completes a pass, and on his way, number 14 down the sideline, the 15, the 10, touchdown Central. Gavin Marini takes the pass way back at the 30 and just finds an open route all the way down the near sideline for 6 points for the Central Spartans.
Well, Hayden Hernandez, a 5'8", 185-pound senior, fired a bullet right between the letters and numbers of Gavin Marini, and Marini shaking off one tackle and being elusive as he is, was able to get to the outside, and then it was Katie bar the door as he just put it into high gear and high-stepped it into the end zone.
So Gavin Marini showed an excellent run, catch, all the way down, Vic.
Well, he's a returning all-league receiver, John, for the Central Spartans as they run their spread offense. It's based on concept, design. Whatever the defense comes out and sets up in, the quarterback calls out the pass patterns, and the receivers, 3 of them in particular, one runs deep, one runs mid-range, and then there's a safety valve. And so the quarterback just checks down, and he checked down on Gavin Marini running across the middle, and after that it was all Marini and his speed.
Rodriguez will try for the point after, and this time it looks good. So with 3:56 to go in this first half, it's 14-9.
Well, John, it looks like we have ourselves a ball game.
And we've got an update at the Calexico Palo Verde game, another Valley game played at Ward Field. And it's in the second quarter, it's 2-0, Palo Verde.
Any runners on base?
watching the Dodger game. So here we are, an exciting game here tonight, 14-9 in favor of the Mount Carmel Sundevils out of the Palomar League in San Diego.
Well, these two teams, John, met in the first round of the 2019 CIF playoffs, San Diego CIF section. The Spartans, it was a barn burner. Whoever had the ball last was going to win the game, and the Spartans did, 46-38, led by Danilo Osuna, Mike Sullivan, and Thadeo Campbell. And so it looks like we may have a repeat of that tonight. The score 14-9 with 3:56 remaining here in the second quarter.
And Rodriguez getting set to kick off for the Central Spartans. End over end kick.
The quarterback, Hayden Hernandez. Yes.
By number 11, I believe it was, is taking it all the way up to the 45-yard line.
Here you go.
Jacob Thomas. So 1st and 10 for Mont Carmel at the 45-yard line.
Well, what a debut for Hayden Hernandez, huh, John?
Yep. Looked real good.
No drop off there from Osuna. Jordan Reed, who's now at Montana State, continuing his football career. And now Hayden Hernandez stepping up.
Caden Gent, swing pass. Pass is caught.
Pass complete to number 22, brought down by number 32.
Virgin on the completion. A pickup of 5.
So the rejuvenated Spartan defense now getting a breath of fresh air and life here have cut into the 14-2 deficit. It's 14-9 as Gent in the backfield all by himself. You have triples to the left and doubles to the right.
Gent looking to his left.
That's number 22, Virgin.
Pass complete to number 20.
And he's down at the 40.
Knocked out of bounds by number 6, sophomore Zarian Robinson, 5'8", 164 pounds, as he knocks out of bounds the 6'3", 225-pound Virgin.
At the 44 now. Gent looking over the middle, shooting for number 24, incomplete. That is
Off target. It's going to bring up 2nd down.
Connor
Bananal.
Bananal.
You have Trevor and Connor Bananal. One's a senior, this one was a sophomore.
2nd and 10 for Mont Carmel. Check in with me. Gent. Another pass. Almost picked off. Intended for number 17 for the
Luke Sevier.
Sevier. Is incomplete, and it'll bring up a 3rd and long.
Sevier wishes he had that one back. He's being recognized as one of the top 50 players in San Diego County, and along with Parham, his teammate, recognizes the top 10 is Jaden's Virgin.
Another pass, completion by Gent. The right side, number 17, Luke Sevier. Now he caught it that time, Vic. And almost a 1st down. They're going to spot it within a yard.
Well, you know, they're all receiving college interest, John, and it shows why here. The quarterback, Gent, accurate with his throws. The receivers are running precise routes. And other than that drop pass earlier, the Mont Carmel receivers are a classy crew. Here's the Wildcat with Virgin.
And just lowers his shoulders and takes somebody with him.
I mean, if he was an offensive lineman, that would have been considered a pancake block.
That's it.
As he bowls his way over the Spartan defense.
And gets a 1st down. He looks like a man among boys out there. So a 1st down for Mont Carmel at the 30. 2:10 to go, 1st half. 14-9, Sundevils. Oh, and this time nobody was fooled as number 33, that is Kizante Matthews, loses a yard.
And he's brought down by number 56, Dominic Lerma, along with Malachi Okan and Nicholas Jimenez, all there to make that stop. A loss of a yard on the play.
Over the middle. And tipped there by number 2 for the Spartans.
Charlie Sullivan covering on the play. He was already looking at a quick pick 6 there. He had a lot of green turf in front of him, and it didn't happen though, but excellent defensive play. It would have been much more superb if he would have been able to hang on to the ball and return it.
3rd and 12 for the Sundevils. Down at the Spartan 33-yard line. Gent looking, rolling, looking for somebody, shoots it, has to come back as incomplete.
Well, that pass was slightly underthrown, and as a result, it falls incomplete. Covering on the play for the Spartans, number 6, Zarian Robinson.
Like the Sundevils are going to go for it.
Pass was intended for Severe.
And on a 4th and 12, the Sundevils will go for it.
The ball at the Spartan 32-yard line.
Spartans were showing blitz.
You don't want to be drawn off sides. And that's commonplace in the first game of the season, John, where overeager athletes.
Gent with penalty flags, looking over the middle, incomplete.
Pass overthrown.
Number 10 for number 3, Ledesma.
And as a result, the Spartans will take over with 1:23 remaining. There's a flag on the play, though. False start against the Sundevils. That'll be declined. So with 1:23 remaining here in the first half, the Spartans will take over on downs, the ball at their 32-yard line.
For the best burgers in town, it's Burgers and Beer at 260 North Imperial Avenue in El Centro, open 7 days a week. And serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner, Burgers and Beer is the place to watch the big game. Great food and great service. That's Burgers and Beer. So Central has the football now, 1st and 10 at their own 31. And we have a new quarterback, looks like number 11. Vic.
That's Hernandez.
Hayden Hernandez.
He has a touchdown pass to his credit already.
And he's going to hand it off. Charlie Sullivan. And there's a face mask there, penalty. And that'll bode well for Central.
Well, that was number 34, Isaiah Robinson, for the Sundevils in there, make the tackle. He's a junior. And it was a face mask penalty.
And a 15-yarder at that. So a first down for Central. They'll march it off all the way to the 46.
1:17 remaining here in the second quarter. 14-9 in favor of the Sundevils of Mount Carmel. Spartans going right to left on your radio dial, also on your screen. Hayden Hernandez, the newly installed quarterback, here in the second quarter.
A double-doubles, one lone setback. Man in motion. Hernandez looking for number 9, finds him, turns it up the field, gets a first down and more. That's Arturo Estrada. Wait a minute, there's a fumble on the play. And picked up by Mount Carmel as no whistles were blown. So
that was number 23, Griffin Ramos.
A good pass by Hernandez to Estrada, but no dice now as Mount Carmel has a football.
Estrada only, that's Sergio Garcia. So a sophomore. Estrada with his first catch of the game, and it was short-lived.
Food, drinks, sodas, whatever. We got you guys.
Oh, thank you.
Halftime snacks. I wish we could do burritos, but they won't be okay.
Well, John, who's going to do the halftime interview if I'm eating?
Well, so Central now turns over the football. Mount Carmel has it with Caden Gent.
49.7 seconds remaining.
Gent looking over the left, pass is caught. Number 3 looks like Hunter Ledesma. And he'll pick up 9 yards. So they're hurrying up.
The clock is running under 30 seconds.
They'll get this play off. Caden Gent, again, another pass to the left. The big fella.
Casanti Matthews.
And he'll take it up, get a first down. And they're going to spot the ball right at the 36-yard line.
And that'll stop the clock with 24 seconds. But now that they're lined up, the clock is running under 20.
And he's going to stop the clock now with the spike.
So with 16.7 seconds remaining here in the second quarter, the ball just shy of the 35-yard line of the Spartans. Caden Gent, the quarterback, masterminding this Sun Devil offense. It's a spread offense, no huddle, hurry up. Brian Martin and Joey Denton, the defensive coordinators for the Spartans, trying to find something to stop as number 56,
Rolling out right, Caden Gent. What a catch by
Virgin.
Virgin. Unbelievable, Vic. Did you see that one-handed catch?
Went up the ladder at the 12-yard line and was able to turn around and push his way forward inside the 10. 3.8 seconds remaining.
And 0.8 seconds. He'll have one chance to try to get that ball into the end zone before we go into the
a
half.
spectacular reception by Jaden Virgin. He's all that he's been hyped to be, John. He's done it defensively, offensively, and this is just the first game of the season.
Right, he's doing everything on the field, Vic. So Caden Gent and Mount Carmel.
0.8 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. They're inside the 10-yard line. Spartan defense looking for a stop.
And he'll get the touchdown, number 17, Luke Sevier, to end the first half, 20-9.
So Sevier redeeming himself for that drop earlier on this offensive drive, John, on this series, as he comes up with that 8-yard touchdown reception, running a post pattern down the middle, and the cool, calm, and collected Caden Gent just drills a bullet into his hands. So we get set for the Reuben point after attempt. He's a soccer-style kicker. Number 3, Hunter Ledesma, with the hold.
Snap, set, kick. Splitting the uprights. And it's no good. 20-9 as we end the first half of play.
That could be a factor in the closing minutes of this game, John. That missed extra point and the blocked one in the first quarter.
More important than ever. This summer, IID encourages you to do your part by setting your thermostat to 78 degrees or higher, avoiding the use of large appliances between 4 and 9 p.m., and turning off all unnecessary lighting. But there's more. IID provides a number of summer energy-saving opportunities to help you make the most of your energy savings efforts. Check out our tips and energy saving guides at IID.com. Let's work together to stay cool and save energy this summer. Reducing energy use during the summer is more important than ever. This summer, IID encourages you to do your part by setting your thermostat to 78 degrees or higher, avoiding the use of large appliances between 4 and 9 p.m., and turning off all unnecessary lighting. But there's more. IID provides a number of summer energy-saving opportunities to help you make the most of your energy savings efforts. Check out our tips and energy saving guides at IID.com. Let's work together to stay cool and save energy this summer.
From the Chocolate Mountains to the Sea of Cortez, all along the border on a Friday night, it's exciting Imperial Valley football brought to you live by Valley Sports Network as we're here at Cal Jones Field with the Spartan band entertaining a capacity crowd as the Sundevils of Mount Carmel journey east to the Imperial Valley to take on the hosting Central Spartans. The Spartans find themselves down by a score of 20-9. But a star may have been born in the discovery of Hayden Hernandez, who was inserted into the quarterback position in the closing minutes of the first half and responded with a 70-yard touchdown strike to Gavin Marini. Tonight, our halftime guest is Athletic Director Josh Wise, and he's here to tell us about the upcoming activities taking place here with fall athletics with the Central Spartans. So, Josh, welcome to our show.
Thank you. Always a pleasure to work with VSN.
So, the Central Unified School District, the first in the Valley to open up their doors to education after the COVID pandemic, starting a week ago Monday. How's it been the first 2 weeks in the transition here at Central?
You know, I think the kids, they're definitely a little bit at ease. You know, it was a little slow, whatnot, but I think as the first week went by, second week's here, and the kids are just big smiles. They're with their friends. They're enjoying their classes. I think everyone's happy to be back on campus.
Now, how was it indoctrinating the freshmen, the new freshmen coming in here in the first 2 weeks and getting those that wanted to come out for fall sports, getting their physicals and lining up with their coaches to play their respective, interests?
You know, it was definitely a different time because not only the freshmen are new to here, but the sophomores on campus never got a step on campus last year. So in order to get them, we had to show them, the sophomores, where to go. They'd never been here on campus. But I think we have a lot of staff here that are very supporting, a lot of teachers, personnel around campus, helping them get adapted to the new procedures. And then now we're using a new process, register my athlete. Everything's done online, no more paperwork. And they've all adapted, and it's going smooth. A lot of kids came out, over 140 football players.
Well, with the COVID pandemic last year creating a lot of uncertainty throughout schools nationwide, and the reopening date always being pushed down to the next month, last spring we initiated for the first time spring football, full gear, full contact. It was a modified schedule, 5 games, if you were lucky to get those 5 in without having somebody come down with COVID to force a cancellation or a forfeit. How was that transitioned into the summer and now, with the fall season underway?
It was a smooth transition. So that season, we didn't get the opportunity to put kids in the weight room. Well, as soon as football season got done, we were allowed to have students on campus, in-person learning. So the kids, right away, we put them in the weight room, and we're giving them that environment of team and building that culture of being there. And we've been able to just get everybody on campus, and I'm shocked. I mean, I went from Calipat where there was 50 kids in the program, and now I have 140, and the kids are happy to be back on campus.
Well, Mount Carmel sent us a roster. I think they had 160 players on that roster. They certainly didn't travel with 160 players because think of all the charter buses that you would have to hire to bring the kids down, and with the distancing and what have you inside the bus. But Central graduated 29 seniors. You were 5-0. Those 3-year starters went 38-5 over their 3 years. A lot of success. Several of them went on to college ball. Mount Carmel comes in with one of the top-rated players in the state, ranked number 67 overall. He's in the top 10 of San Diego County, and that's Jaden Virgin. He accepted a scholarship, a full ride to Boise State. His performance on both sides of the ball, offense and defense, what's your commentary and what's your take and thus far?
Well, he made a heck of a play in the second quarter that put him inside the red zone. Correct me, he might have scored a touchdown. It was a one-handed catch. It was amazing. But from the other side of it, I think as Spartans, we need to come in and we need to just start playing some bang-up football. We need to put helmets, shoulders down on him. We need to get that guy down and contain him because, yes, he's a playmaker. He's a star. He's a stud, and we got to take him away.
Well, he's 6'3", 225. The scouting report said that he could easily handle an additional 20 to 25 pounds as he goes up to the next level, Division I. But you're right. He went up the ladder on that pass that he caught inside the 8-yard line, well, the 12-yard line, and he bowled his way 4 more yards inside the 8. And with less than 1 second remaining in the half, a 5-step drop by quarterback Caden Gent, he found running a post pattern down the middle his favorite receiver, and that was Luke Sevier, making that catch in the end zone, giving the Sundevils the 20-9 lead over the Spartans as they went in at halftime. So the Spartans defensively need to have more gang tackling, more collective action. What do they need to do on the offensive side of the ball?
They just need to calm down. They need to make their blocks. They need to key in, and just the whole unit needs to work together. So whether it's running the screen, everyone needs to be blocking. And they just need to keep working and grinding. They got a high explosive offense, and at any moment we could put touchdowns on the board. So they just need to stay humble, stay poised, and we're looking forward to the second half.
Well, the two quarterbacks that have played thus far, Rodriguez and Hernandez, these are first-time opportunities for them because Osuna played 2 years ago. Jordan Reed was a standout quarterback the last season for the Spartans. He earned a scholarship to Montana State. And now with these two. But at the skill positions, you have Zarian Robinson at running back. He's only a sophomore. And then you have Charlie Sullivan, who's a multifaceted, multi-tooled offensive weapon. He can run the ball from the running back position. He's a great wideout. They need to get the ball to the playmakers. If you're rookie Peña, what are you telling your team at halftime in the locker room?
First and foremost, you need to establish the run. Once you establish the run, the linebackers bite, the safeties start to creep up, then you start running some play action, and it opens up holes and seams. So ultimately, they just need to establish the run, and then everything's built off of that.
Now tell us about yourself. You're in the classroom. You're the athletic director here. You came from a small school, Calapat High School, to a high school that's 2,000 plus. And what are your duties like? What is it that encompasses your whole week and then leading up to Friday game day?
Ensuring, transportation's in place for all my sports that are currently in season, and, making sure that I got to take attendance from my PE classes. But when I'm not dealing with my classes, it's all starting making sure that the players are in class. We got to make sure that they're there, and then so they can participate, they got to be students first. This was a wild week. This is my first football game at home at Central with a full capacity fan base and the full-on band. So, there's a few things that I did tonight where I'm like, geez, I wish I could do that better. And that's part of my job. Just like a student athlete, we want to get better. And so I got to get coordinated with the band. It's that pre-game performance, the halftime performance, make sure everything's squared away. So that's big. That's not something that I had at Calapat. There wasn't a band. So, and then a great Spartan band, geez, they're fabulous. And I just got to make sure that everything's in line, pre-game, halftime. It's fun.
Well, Valley Sports Network has been making it possible through live streaming. Mount Carmel, they're fan faithful. They travel well. There's a lot of scarlet polo shirts and T-shirts in the visitors' side of the field. But many of them may have stayed home so they could watch it on live stream on YouTube, Valley Sports Network. But I'm just teasing. Getting back to what's coming out here in the second half is that we see the Sundevils taking the field. They've received their instruction from their coaching staff, and they're nursing a 20-9 lead with 2 minutes and 42 seconds remaining here at halftime. Any closing comments for the listening audience and viewing audience as well?
If you're not here, I know everyone just appreciates it that you are watching online, and to all the fans that are here, it's just so happy to have everybody back here. It's amazing to see all these poppers going off when we make a great play, and it feels normal, and we want to keep it normal, so just everyone be safe out there.
Well, I know there's someone in Calexico with a special interest watching this game tonight, and that's your grandfather. Danny Santillan. He's always telling me, when you see my grandson, tell him I said hello. Okay?
Thank you. I appreciate it. And I love you, Grandpa Danny.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Josh Wise, the athletic director for the great Spartan athletic department, here overseeing all the sports and all the excellence that the Central Spartans are known for. And so now we welcome back the voice of choice, the real deal, the master blaster, Johnny Moe, John Moreno Brown.
Hey, thank you, Vic. It was a great interview. Mr. Josh Wise is the athletic director here at Central Union High School. I'd like to send a shout out tonight to a young man who's making strides in his broadcasting career out in coming from the University of Arizona, and that is Marco Antonio Peralta, the Altar. Remember, he had a podcast a couple of years ago, and he's making a name for himself. And one of these days, we'll see him here at his alma mater at the Central Spartans. So anyway, we've got 2 more quarters of play with the Mount Carmel Sundevils and the Central Spartans here in our very first VSN official game. And next week, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be going back home to Calexico. And we'll be live streaming the Calexico Castle Park game. So another San Diego team, as the San Diego teams usually schedule Valley teams in the summer. Castle Park, coming out of the Chula Vista area, will be traveling to Calexico to take on the Bulldogs down at Willis Ward Field, where we'll go back to our original 27 seasons of Bulldog Radio.
Well, John, we look forward to that, but right now I'm looking forward to 2 quarters of Rock'em Sock'em football. I think they call it Smash Mouth football. That'll be displayed by the Sundevils of Mount Carmel and the Spartans of Central. So tonight's game had some highlights featuring the quarterbacking of Caden Gent, a left-handed passer, the receiving of Luke Sevier, along with Jaden Virgin, and the running of Quesante Matthews. As running between the tackles, he was able to get 5 to 7 yards a crack. It took 3 or 4 players to bring him down, and that opened up the running lanes for the swift Caden Gent. On the Spartan side of the ball, there were flashes of brilliance in Charlie Sullivan, along with Zarian Robinson, and there was a little bit of inconsistency in the quarterbacking of Damian Rodriguez, along with Hernandez, as the quarterbacks looked good at the beginning of the game. Rodriguez, he was spot on, but the Spartans were faced with 3 consecutive 4th and 1 situations that they couldn't run the ball to get that necessary 1 yard for a first down, and as a result, they were held scoreless until the closing minutes of the second quarter, until Hayden Hernandez came in and fired a 70-yard touchdown pass to the fleet Gavin Marini.
So Ruben is kicking off for the Mount Carmel Sundevils, and back to receive Sergio Garcia, standing right about the 6, and it looks like it's going in his direction. He'll field it at the 5. Coming up, 10, 15, 20. A lot of room, and is hit initially at the 30, takes it to about the 36-yard line, where the Central Spartans will take over 1st and 10. And Hayden Hernandez is going out in the quarterbacking duties as the Spartans get set for the 3rd quarter.
Making that tackle on the kickoff coverage team for the Sun Devils was number 25, a senior, Jason Hall.
So Spartans will spread out the offense with doubles, 1 on setback. They're at the 36-yard line, going left to right. Hernandez, right up the middle, looks like big Charlie Sullivan. Is that what it is?
It's Charlie Sullivan.
So he'll pick up a couple as he'll take it to about the 38.
Tackled by number 88 for the Sun Devils. That's Jimmy Milder.
So 2nd and 8 for Central with Robinson in the backfield along with Hernandez. He'll take the snap, looking, shooting, passes caught in the left flat, and they'll run it up to the 50. And that is number 11 for the Elijah Perez, the receiver. So a 1st and 10 for Central. Ball at midfield.
Number 8, Emmanuel Kidanamarian, making the tackle there as he's starting here in the second half, along with Aiden Smith and Colson Montgomery, the linebackers. The defensive ends are Virgin and T.M. Anderson, Darren Farman, and Quadache, the interior defensive linemen.
Hernandez and Sullivan in the backfield. Hernandez from his quarterbacking position. Estrada in motion. Looking for Estrada. And Estrada will take it. But losing a couple of yards on that backward pass.
2 yards. It's going to bring out 2nd and 12 from the 48-yard line.
So a lateral to Estrada. It'll cost the Central Spartans 2 yards.
Hunter Ledesma in there to make the stop there as too much lateral speed displayed by the Sundevils, the Spartan offense, unable to get untracked in this offensive series as they're faced with a 2nd and 12 to go for a first down. They need to get to the Sundevil 40-yard line.
Sullivan will take this handoff and has a good run, picks up 7, will take it to the 45 of Mount Carmel.
Number 22, Jaden Virgin, making the tackle from his defensive end position as he laterally came along the line of scrimmage and then tackling from behind Sullivan, but not until Sullivan's able to pick up about 7 yards, making it 3rd and 5.
So Hernandez calling the signals. Fakes the dive to Sullivan, fumbles the football and is recovered by Mount Carmel right at midfield.
Going to bring up 4th down.
That was number 44 for Mount Carmel.
Looks like the punt team's coming out.
I guess it wasn't a fumble.
That's Colson Montgomery, the linebacker. Well, apparently, what did they call a dead ball, or did the El Centro Spartans recover? Because it
was a dead ball, and Charlie Sullivan will punt the football.
Back to receive number 3, Bananal. Trevor.
A spiral punt, and will not be returned, and it will be down by the Spartans at the 11-yard line.
10-yard line.
And so that was number 9, Estrada, making the stop there on the ball before continue to take a Carmel bounce. So Arturo Estrada, a 5'9", 155-pound sophomore,
We got an
making
update.
the play.
We got an update for the Calexico game. Calexico and Palo Verde. Palo Verde 9, Calexico 0 with 9 minutes to go, third quarter. First and 10 for Mount Carmel at their own 10. Quick toss there to number 3, Hunter Ledesma. He couldn't turn it up the corner, but there's a penalty flag right at the line of scrimmage. It's a holding call against Mount Carmel. Nine minutes to go in the third quarter.
Jose Vargas, at 5'9", 249 pounds, not 250, in playing the nose position for the Spartan defense.
So half the distance to the goal, and they'll spot it inside the 5. Looks like it's at the 4.
He's joined by Nicholas Jimenez along with Malachi Okan and Dominic Lerma. So there's a lot of beef there in the defensive front for the Spartans.
Jen decides to keep it, takes it up to the 10 before he's met by a wall of Spartans.
Tyler Cook gained about 6 yards. Gonna make
And that's Ledesma one more time carrying the ball here to the near side, crossing the 20, up about to the 22 on the handoff. He'll get a first down as he'll move the chains and spot it at the 22. 1st and 10, Mount Carmel. And they're no huddle offense with Caden Gent in the quarterbacking position. 3 receivers to the right, to the left. One. And a handoff again. That's Matthews. Matthews will take it to the 27. And he'll pick up 5.
So number 59, Israel Rascon there making the tackle as Casante Matthews once again.
Matthews on another carry, Vic.
That's right. 230-pound fullback, John, or running back.
But there's a penalty flag again.
It's like trying to tackle a bowling ball. You know, those guys are hard to tackle because, you know, they run with their legs close together, knees pumping, and difficult to wrap your arms around them to make that tackle. And if you're trying to make an arm tackle, forget it.
So they'll move the ball back for the Sundevils to about the 17-yard line. 2nd and about 14.
So Angel Ortiz moves from his linebacking position to strong safety as pass intended for Virgin, trying to make another one-handed catch there, unable to come up with it, but the Spartans get a break as it's now 3rd down and 14 for a first down, or make it 3rd down and long.
3 receivers to the right. Virgin is one of them. Gent rolling out, decides to keep, and is brought down hard at the 20. So he'll pick up 4, but it'll bring up a 4th down, a 4th and 10 from the 20.
Rodolfo Lizaola, a 190-pound linebacker, only a junior, there to make the stop as number 8 for the Spartans, dropping back to receive. That's Elijah Perez standing at his own 45-yard line. Ruben back at his own 5-yard line for the punt.
And he'll let it go, end over end, not very far. And it'll roll to about the 42-yard line of Mount Carmel, where the Spartans will take over, 1st and 10. So Central has a chance now in the 3rd quarter, 6:42 to go. They're down 20-9 in this preseason opener for the Imperial Valley League.
Well, as athletic director Josh Weiss pointed out, the El Centro offense is potent, and it's a high-scoring offense from the pass. So the way it's designed, with sending out all the receivers and the quarterback having the choice of checking down on which one he's can throw to, the line has to give him the protection, and the receivers have to catch the ball. But they've been spot on in their accuracy.
Hernandez will hand it off to Robinson. Robinson can't turn the corner and met at the line of scrimmage, and no gain on the play.
That was number 20 for the defense of the Sundevils, trying to bring the finishing touches, the closing hit. And that was Ron Percy from his defensive back position.
So a 2nd and 10 for Central at the Mount Carmel 42-yard line.
Well, the Central Spartans haven't been able to get their ground game untracked with any consistency thus far. You've had some good runs by Charlie Sullivan, and the occasional run by Robinson.
Damon Rodriguez is looking for a man. He will get that flag on a pass.
There it is, John. There it is. I see a yellow flag, and nobody's wearing yellow shoes.
That was Gavin Marini.
He was running a fly pattern, a streak pattern, a bomb, if you will, depending on which generation or which decade you played, particularly out on the street. But
it was guarded close, but too close, and it'll be a pass interference
Well,
call.
they call it shadowing, or getting in the face, and the receiver wasn't able to make his turn to make the reception.
But it'll be a first down, Vic, as they'll spot the ball right at the 20, looks like the 27.
So the defense of Anderson, Kudashai, Parham, Virgin. Up front, the linebackers, Smith and Montgomery for Mount Carmel.
Hernandez is back in there at quarterback. Charlie Sullivan will take the handoff. He'll cross up the 25 to about the 24, Vic. He'll pick up 4.
Number 34, Isaiah Robinson, making the initial contact and the tackle. Unassisted on the play. Sullivan able to pick up 3 tough yards, make it 2nd and 7. The ball at the 24-yard line of the Sundevils.
5.5 minutes to go in this third quarter. Now we have a new quarterback, number 1. Oh, it's number 7, Hernandez. Is that correct?
Pass intended for number 3, Bubbles Garcia.
Damian Rodriguez, I'm sorry. Damian Rodriguez is back in.
Hernandez is number 11.
Right, 7-11. So
Well,
the incomplete.
That's a good way to put it.
Yes, that's it.
We'll have to get him as one of our sponsors when we do another Central game.
So Rodriguez and Robinson in the backfield. Trips to the left, one receiver to the right. And Damian looking deep. And open there was number 3, Sergio Garcia, but a little overthrown, Vic. In the end zone.
Beautifully thrown pass, John. A tight spiral. He put it only where Estrada could make the catch, and he didn't come up with it. So it'll be 4th down again for the Spartans. This has been their nemesis that they haven't been able to convert. Let's see if a tale of 2 cities here in the second half will see the Spartans' fortunes change.
4th down at about the 24. Damian Rodriguez looking, scrambling, going to the left. Rolling, shooting. Nobody there. Incomplete and hit hard. About the 30-yard line. So Mount Carmel will come in and take over. Tonight's game is brought to you by Ivy Welding and Mechanical, industrial welding contractor for all your heavy metal needs. Ivy Welding incorporates welding techniques to build high-quality systems. Call Fred Baeza at 760-482-9353. Ivy Welding and Mechanical in El Centro. By Marianne Valenzuela, your State Farm insurance agent in the Imperial Valley, specializing in auto, home, and life. And with over 20 years' experience, Marianne will help figure out what coverage you need to take control of your future. That's Marianne Valenzuela, State Farm Insurance in Brawley. A snap, bumps into his own man. That's Gent, decides to keep and will run out of bounds and spare himself some hits from the Central Spartans.
Well, the Sundevils, after an outstanding defensive effort, taking over at their own 23-yard line. 4:57 remaining here in the third quarter. They lead by a score of 20-9 over the hosting Central Spartans.
Gent looks this way. Little swing pass. Number 17 is caught. That is Sevier. He'll pick up 10 at least, but he'll be shy of the first down marker by about a yard.
Sevier looks like he was shaken up on that tackle.
And we'll call an official timeout on that one. Top Notch Barbershop at 317 Wake Avenue in El Centro. Check it out. Open 7 days a week, Monday through Saturday, 8 to 9, and Sundays, 8 to 5, where our regular haircuts are always $20, and Wednesdays is our $15 special. Military and senior discounts offered every day. That's Top Notch Barbershop in El Centro. For the most in-depth local and regional news and the best high school sports coverage around, check out the Calexico Chronicle and the Holtville Tribune, in print or online. CalexicoChronicle.com, chronicling your community, border region, and beyond since 1904. Does your license plate frame say Robinson Ford? Offering an inventory of both new and used vehicles. Robinson Ford Sales at 1777 North Imperial Avenue. Call us at 760-357-3141 for the best-selling cars in the country. Come and check out the new Bronco for 2021. Have you earned your varsity letter? We'll get your Letterman's jacket started today at Letterman's and Bro. Letterman'sandBro.com. 760-693-5034. Ask for Dan. So a 1st and 10 for the Sundevils. Back at their own 33-yard line. Gent on a swing pass to the right. Pass is caught by Ledesma. Turns it upfield. Finds some running room. Gets about close to 20 yards on that dump and run. Will take it to the Spartan 46.
Make it the 47-yard line as he crosses midfield. An excellent pass, catch and run by Gent to Ledesma. So the no-huddle, hurry-up offense seems to be catching the Spartan defense a little bit off balance.
A little over 4 minutes to go in this third quarter. Gent out of the shotgun. Matthews in the backfield. Gent rolling out, looking far, deep, and intending for Drew Ventimiglia, incomplete. So it'll bring up a 2nd and 10 for Mount Carmel.
Covering on that play for the Spartans was number 6, Zarian Robinson, a 5'8", 164-pound sophomore, as he was running stride for stride with Ledesma.
Hand off to Matthews up the middle, gives him a yard.
Well, you know, the bullish runs of Matthews is keeping the defensive front four at bay, allowing Gent to have time to pass, or even his scrambles they seem to be by design, as he knows where he's going, and the receivers run to the spot that's open in the secondary for him to place the ball there.
Gent hands it off to number 24. That is Connor Bananal. He'll take the motion handoff and pick up about 6. They'll spot the ball at about the 42-yard line.
He's the younger brother of senior Trevor Bananal. So getting some spot duty here in the second half. Opening game for the Sundevils as well as the Central Spartans.
Caden Gent out of the gun with Matthews there with him.
The last time they met, November of 2019, first round CIF playoffs, Spartans emerged as the victor.
4 receivers to the right, and he throws it to the left. It looks like a late hit as he was down.
Well, do we have instant replay here with this live stream, John, so we can see that?
We will work on it.
That was a judgment call because both the ball and the defender arrived simultaneously, and that was inevitable.
Was it a helmet to helmet? Is that what the debate is about?
Well, the referees, led by Gene Martin, conferring there at the 35-yard line, representing the Imperial Valley Football Officials Association.
May have been a helmet to helmet. We've got an instant replay there. And the number one safety, we talked to John Seaman, the number one thing is safety, and that's the referee's job, is to make sure everybody is safe out there.
Well, it's a collision and contact sport, so a lot of those hits are inevitable.
So it'll go against Central, and the gain by the Sundevils will be even more now.
Well, this was an official's call that you couldn't win for losing.
It's going to be a first down for the Sundevils.
And they're taking the ball inside the 30 to about the 26-yard line. So a 1st and 10 for Mount Carmel. They're up 20-9 in this third quarter with 3 minutes, 28 seconds to go. Gent and Matthews in the backfield.
But that call doesn't warrant any ejections or any sideline punishment, does it, John?
I don't think so. 24 gets the motion handoff, takes it down the field, touchdown. Connor Bananal will take it from the 26-yard line. Scores on a motion handoff, going to the right, Vic.
Well, they run around the right side behind the blocking of Trevor Dickinson and Gerald Cancam pulling guard as he got out to the outside. And then after that, it was the young sophomore running back making his presence felt and his speed to get into the end zone to extend the lead to 26-9 as we get set for another Kian Rubin point after attempt.
Oh, and it's botched. So the point after is no good. Never got it off on the tee. And that'll be 26-9 with 3 minutes, 21 seconds to go third quarter in favor of the Sundevils.
Well, if there's been anything that the Sundevils haven't been able to do right or positively, it's their special teams, particularly their place kicking after scored touchdowns. But that's a good problem to have.
Esquer Realty. Need real estate services? Thinking of buying or selling a house? Wondering what your property is worth? Get top dollar on your investment. Call Mark Esquer, real estate broker, offering professional friendly service for 27 years. Call for a free market quote at 357-9707. Esquer Realty, the mark of excellence. And located at 990 Main Street in Brawley is Brownie's Diner. Serves up good food with a town pump menu. Come by and savor delicious steak from Brant Beef or their famous chicken fried steak. At Brownie's Diner, you'll leave satisfied. Call for takeout at 760-344-2938. Brownie's Diner in Brawley. At Imperial Printers, we are ready to help you with your next project, from business cards to yard signs and everything in between. Give us a call at 352-1300 for a quote or for any questions you might have. Located at 430 West Main in El Centro. Imperial Printers. What can we print for you today? So Ruben will be kicking off for the Mount Carmel Sundevils. That's Kian Rubin. And back to receive for the Spartans, Sergio Garcia. Inside the 5. Takes it up the far sideline, finds room, and has brought down. That's number 9, Arturo Estrada. Arturo Estrada will take it inside the 35, and they'll spot it at the 31-yard line.
Brought down by number 6 on the kickoff coverage team. That's Michael Jones, a junior, an excellent open field tackle, denying Estrada any more room to operate. So the Spartans will take over inside their own 35-yard line.
With Hernandez back in there at quarterback. Hayden Hernandez. And penalty flags, it could be a false start. It is. It'll be a 5-yard penalty. And they'll spot it back at about the 26.
Well, defensively, the Sundevils will go with Ron Percy, Trevor Bananal, Luke Sevier, Griffin Ramos, and Roman Weicker in the defensive backfield. The linebackers are Colson Montgomery and Aiden Smith. And Mr. Do-Everything, Jaden Virgin, along with Darren Parham, keying the defensive line.
Hernandez rolling right. Pass is caught by Gavin Marini between the numbers in the right flat. Right about the 40, almost good enough for a first down. He'll pick up 13 yards, and they'll spot it right at the 39.
Well, he caught that right in front of linebacker Isaiah Robinson as he ran a 10 and out for that pass reception. Came up short by 2 yards. It was an 8-yard reception. So 2nd and 2 for the Spartans.
Handoff up the middle. Number 6, that's Zarian Robinson. About a yard pickup.
So Robinson not really having an opportunity to flex his muscles and show his speed, John. He hasn't been able to get to the outside, and we haven't been able to witness those type of runs that we saw during the spring where he averaged close to 14 yards per carry.
3rd and about a yard, Vic, with Hernandez out of the shotgun and Sullivan in the backfield. He'll give it to Sullivan, finds a big hole to the left side, and Sullivan is traveling far up the left side to about the 34-yard line.
Michael Jones making that touchdown-saving tackle, grabbing him by the jersey, and finally able to bring him down, but not after Sullivan is able to put on the afterburners and high-step it inside deep territory of the Sundevils. The ball at the 34-yard line.
Trips right. Hernandez out of the gun. No, that's Damien. Damien back in the game.
Damien Rodriguez.
Looking deep. A man is open, but way overthrows number 14, Marini, as he was running down the near sideline on the fly pattern. So it'll come back.
There was double coverage exhibited by the Sundevils on that play.
So it'll be a 2nd and 10 from about the 34 with Damien Rodriguez back in the game. Looking right. Oh, and it's hit from behind by number 66.
That's Sam Kennedy, a sophomore, blitzing from the blind side and able to break up that pass play.
So a 3rd and 10 for Central. 1:30 to go, third quarter, 26-9 Mount Carmel. Rodriguez out of the shotgun, 3 receivers to the right. He rolls in that direction, looking almost picked off there by number 3, Hernandez. That is Hunter Ledesma, almost picking off that Rodriguez pass from Central.
Well, Central throughout the game has been looking pretty good between the 30-yard lines, John, but that doesn't get you any points. And so they need to come up and complete a pass play or a running play that'll get them into the red zone and then eventually the end zone.
Damien Rodriguez and Charlie Sullivan in the backfield. Damien Rodriguez rolling out for Central, looking, shooting. Pass is caught. Number 3 takes it down the near sideline. Sergio Garcia catches a pass on the right flat and takes it up yardage to about the 13-yard line.
Sergio Garcia, 5'11", 165-pound freshman. So another talent added to the receiving core of the Central Spartans.
And timeout is called with 1:17 to go in the third quarter. Need a job? Need to hire someone who needs a job? Give Keystone HR a call at 760-357-2929 for all your staffing needs. They specialize in payroll services, part-time and full-time staffing, workers' comp insurance, healthcare, ACA compliance, and more. Keystone Staffing in Calexico is a proud sponsor of Imperial Valley football. By the Dom Team, real estate company serving the entire Imperial Valley with a full array of services, limited not only to residential but including farmland, commercial, and industrial ground. For honest, reliable real estate advice, it's the Dom Team, real estate company at 760-337-8600. Your county supervisor, District 1, Jesus Cachu Escobar, is a proud sponsor of VSN. As a committed public servant, Jesus Escobar's civic and community involvement includes being a board member of the Border Communities Capital Company. And he would like to thank his constituents of District 1, and he wishes all Valley teams a great season.
Well, John, I'd like to give credit to head coach Drew Westling, along with his assistant coach, Seth Carter, and staff. Having the Sun Devils really in mid-season preparation. They look sharp out here thus far after almost 3 quarters of play, 1:17 remaining here in the third quarter. The Sun Devils cruising to a 26-9 lead thus far as the Spartan offense faced.
1st and 10 inside the 15 at the 13. Damien Rodriguez will hand it off, will fake the dive to Robinson, roll out to the left side, looking, a man is open, far side, pass is caught, touchdown, Central! Wait a minute. I didn't see the signal from the referee.
Was he out of bounds?
He may have been out of bounds, Vic. So they didn't give him the touchdown. They call it incomplete, and they're moving it back to about the 14-yard line.
Anyway, An outstanding throw, outstanding catch. Unfortunately, it couldn't keep his feet in bounds, and as a result, it'll be 2nd and 10.
So Sullivan and Rodriguez in the backfield for Central. Damian Rodriguez gets a snap. He's going to give it to Sullivan. Up the middle, finds a lot of room, a big hole. Touchdown Central. This time it went through with Charlie Sullivan coming in from the 13-yard line with a big hole on the right side. Vic takes it to the house.
That's right, Charlie Sullivan running behind the blocking of Jace Ramirez and Anthony Ramirez and Brennan Havens, but then it was all athleticism put on display by Charlie Sullivan, the 6'1 junior, as he's able to knife his way into the end zone, cutting into the 26-9 deficit. Now they're 6 points closer at 15.
And the extra point is blocked, and it's a dead ball once it's blocked.
So with 59.6 seconds remaining here in the third quarter, the Spartan offense comes to life, led by Charlie Sullivan, as they cut the advantage enjoyed by the Sundevils to 11, 26-15.
Ojeda Industries, commercial and industrial equipment supplier. Ojeda Industries is proud to sponsor the Valley Sports Network. Ojeda Industries was voted IV Press Reader's Choice for the best farming equipment provider in 2019. Located in Brawley, Ojeda Industries. At Arctic Air, we know that having the right people on the job is just as important as choosing the best equipment. Our York-trained professionals provide you with top-quality equipment, skilled installation, and an expert analysis of your comfort needs. Contact Arctic Air and Heating at 352-8855, proud sponsor of Imperial Valley Football. By Sanders Incorporated, Architecture and Engineering. Form follows function at Sanders Incorporated. Architecture and engineering is our expertise. As leaders in design, development, and delivery, Sanders will assist with major building infrastructure projects that enhance and beautify the Valley community. Thank you, Jimmy Sanders and Sanders Architecture. So Rodriguez kicking off for the Spartans. It'll be fielded inside the 20 at the 17. And coming back and forth from number 24. That is Connor Bonanal. He'll take it up to about the 32-yard line.
Well, Mount Carmel came in with 21 seniors on their squad, 17 juniors, 7 sophomores, and 1 freshman, and a very talented group as they made the journey of 140 miles east to El Centro, coming from Mount Carmel, which is in the north of Del Mar.
So 1st and 10 for Mount Carmel with Caden Gent in the shotgun, handed off to Matthews. Matthews, a big guy, will pound his way up to about the 35-yard line, a pickup of 3.
Brought down by number 27, 52, and 53.
So a 2nd and about 7 for the Sundevils. Gent hands it off. Number 3, that is Hunter Ledesma. He'll turn it up and get to about the 39. He'll pick up almost 5 yards.
You know, Mount Carmel, John, is a member of the Palomar League. They're ranked number 5 in the county as a league. The team picked to come in first place is Poway, along with Rancho Bernardo Vista. Mount Carmel is picked to come in 4th, with Westview and Del Norte high schools rounding out the 6-member league. So this was a good test for them to come out east to Imperial County to take on one of the powerhouses, the Central Spartans. And thus far, after 3 quarters of play, they're up 26-15. Tonight's game being brought to you by
Nava Commercial Capital and Real Estate Incorporated. The perfect time for you to refinance may be now. Don't miss your chance to save cash or shorten your loan term. Reach out to discuss your options Nava Commercial and Capital, brought to you by George Nava, who's there to help you out. 760-960-3049. Dippy Duck, IID's official safety mascot, has been teaching children water safety for more than 50 years. Recognizing the need to further educate youth in the Valley, he recently took on the challenge of promoting energy safety as well. Remember, please stay safe around canals. So the fourth quarter underway, and Mount Carmel on a third and short. Handoff, or a keeper by Gent, as he picks up 4 and probably good enough for a first down, Vic.
While the Spartan defense has had their hands full trying to keep up with Gent as he scrambles to his left or to his right, and then when they think they have him in their grasp, he'll fire a bullet over the middle of the field to one of his fine receiving corps members, and as a result, keep their offensive drives alive. It's led to 26 points thus far after 3 quarters of play, with 11:31 remaining in the game.
A quick pass, number 2.
Wide receiver screen, number 3. Tackle immediately.
Hunter Ledesma.
Second and 10.
No gain. So it'll bring up a 2nd and 10 for the Sundevils.
Into the ball game for the Spartans, number 74, Jose Vargas, 5'9", 240.
Empty backfield, 2nd and 10 for Caden Gent. Looking over the middle, shoots it, completes it,
Number 17 on the
and
reception.
that is Luke Sivier over the middle. And looks like there's a couple of Spartans that look like they're having a tough time. It's probably cramps.
While Skylar Cook, the standout defensive back, number 10, was in on the play. He's 6'1", 190 pounds. One of the stellar players on this team for the Spartans. Not only for his athleticism, but also his leadership and character, John.
3rd and 5 for the Sundevils. The ball at the 47. Gent shooting over the left flat. Incomplete pass intended for Sevier. Guarded really well there by
Number 2, Charlie Sullivan. You know, John, I'm impressed with the quarterbacking in this game on both sides, in particular with Mount Carmel in Caden Gent. He's cool, calm, and collected in the pocket. Even when he scrambles, it seems like it's by design. He doesn't panic. And then his accuracy is spot on as he's able to find his receivers in the central defensive secondary as they run to spots once he leaves the pocket. And so he throws to that spot.
Keon Rubin with a bad snap, but he'll get the punt off. It won't go very far. It will take a Sun Devil bounce. It'll be downed right at the 35.
And that was number 13, Drew Ventimiglia, downing that football for the Mount Carmel 11. So the Spartans will take over with 9:59 remaining here in the fourth quarter. What say you, John?
Well, Central needs to start moving the football. They did a very good job the last series of play. They had it in the third quarter. Now in the fourth quarter, they're down 26-15.
Well, you know, they hadn't picked their starter at quarterback until after the warm-ups. So,
and they're still
who
substituting.
Who got the most reps during practice to get ready for this?
Well, you got Hayden Hernandez in there right now with Charlie Sullivan in the backfield. Double-double formation, 1st and 10, the ball at the 35-yard line.
And he has a 70-yard touchdown pass to his credit to Gavin Marini for the first El Centro score.
False start, it's a 5-yard penalty against the Central Spartans. So they'll move the ball back to the 30. So he got to see Damian Rodriguez and Hayden Hernandez. So Coach Rookie Pena will have to be seeing the stats and who he thinks should start the next game.
Well, he has an excellent coaching staff. 1, 2, his philosophy is to go 1-0 every week. So this is week 1. You have a 10-week schedule. he'll get this team ready to compete in the Imperial Valley League, which is the most important part of the schedule for the Central Spartans.
So Damian Rodriguez was scrambling, finds Sullivan in the left flat. He'll get enough yardage to get back to the past the original line of scrimmage, so it'll be a 2nd and 8.
It looks like another player, number 21, Parham, limping off the field. He may have a cramp in his right leg. You know, when you're not used to playing in temperatures that are 30 degrees warmer than what you're accustomed to, it can take a toll on your body.
But it's not that bad tonight, Vic, not for us.
It's not that bad for us, right? You know, it drops down to 98 and we're ready to bring out our sweaters and parkas.
Damian Rodriguez and Charlie Sullivan in the backfield.
And
Damian Rodriguez, Sullivan again going up the middle, breaks a tackle through the line of scrimmage and picks up 8 yards. Good enough for a first down for the Spartans.
I was thinking, John, I should have brought my felt fedora instead of my Panama hat.
So they'll move the chains and Spartans will get a first down here in the 4th quarter, 9:13 and counting.
So another bright spot for the Central Spartans in the running game, and that's Charlie Sullivan, who picks up a first down for the Spartans, a much-needed first down to keep this drive alive. The ball at the Spartan 45.
Trips right, and you've got Robinson in the backfield with Damian Rodriguez. And Robinson there was an exchange mistake and a fumble and recovered by Mount Carmel. So Damian Rodriguez fumbles a football, costing them a drive. And now Mount Carmel can come in and take some time off the clock. They're up 26-15.
Well, John, do you keep the pedal to the metal? Do you play to win, or do you play not to lose?
Well, Mount Carmel will probably keep it on the ground. Even though they spread out the offense, they got Matthews in the backfield, Caden Gent, and quarterback out of the gun. He's going to give it to Matthews, left side. Matthews finds some running room and is gaining ground, and penalty flags on the far side on the visitor bench. And he'll pick up a good 8 yards on that carry, Vic.
Well, there may be a face mask there because it was a lone tackle by number 10, Skylar Cook. And I think he's telling the coaching staff that it was him.
Personal foul, face mask on our Spartans.
And that's what it was on Skylar Cook.
And it's a personal foul, so it's a 15-yarder. And will give the Mount Carmel Sundevils excellent field position. And they're counting him off inside the 20 to about the 18-yard line. A 1st and 10 for Mount Carmel. Matthews and Gent in the backfield. Double-double formation. Man in motion coming this way. He's going to give to Matthews left side. Finds a lot of room and lowers his shoulder. Takes it inside the 10. Will pick up 12. 1st and goal, Mount Carmel at the 7.
Sundevils down to the 8. Tackled by number 27.
That's number 27 for the Spartans making the tackle. Angel Ortiz, a returning All-Valley performer.
Fakes the dive, and Gent will take it into the end zone. Do we see it? And it's touchdown, Mount Carmel, but there looks like a flag in the end zone. No, that's the pylon. Sorry. It's a touchdown.
So with 8:20 remaining here in the 4th quarter, the Mount Carmel Sundevils stay to the ground, true to form, John, as you called it, and Caden Gent scampering in from the 18-yard line of the Spartans for a quarterback keeper and, more importantly, another score for the Sundevils. As we get set for the Ruben point after attempt. I don't think he's been successful tonight thus far, John. He gets another chance here.
And he is successful that time, so 33-15 with 8:20 to go in this football game. Mount Carmel is on top. Havens & Sons Trucking is located at 603 East Main in El Centro and specializes in gravel, rock, and stone for all your landscaping materials and needs. It's Havens Landscaping. Let us know what you need for your next project. Call us at 760-352-6735. That's Havens Landscaping, proud sponsor of VSN. And Fred Miramontes, Undersheriff, reminds you that you can start a neighborhood watch program in your rural area. The Sheriff's Department Crime Prevention Unit can assist you by meeting with you and your neighbors. Call at 442-265-2000 for more information. Support your Neighborhood Watch volunteers.
Well, Sergio Garcia, a freshman, standing inside the 10-yard line along with number 9, Arturo Estrada, as they get set for the Kian Ruben kickoff. Spartans down by 18 points. Do they have it in their offensive arsenal, John, to come back with 3 scores here in the last 8 minutes, 20 seconds of the game? We'll find out.
Kick, Vic, that will be picked up there at the 30. And running for his life, holding the football like a loaf of bread, number 5. Turns it at the 35, the 40, and brought down behind
Damian
at the 30.
Nelson.
Damian Nelson brought down at the 39.
So he ran about 50 yards to pick up about 5 on that kickoff return as he was running from sideline to sideline. But nevertheless, a good effort, 8-10 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Spartans will come out once again with number 11, Hernandez at quarterback, as they've been rotating Rodriguez and Hernandez. The ball here at the near hash mark. Triples to the far side, to the right.
So we have in there is Hayden Hernandez. Looking to the right, shoots it. Pass is caught, Vic, in the right flat. A pickup of 11 or 12 will be for a first down. That's number 3.
Sergio Garcia making that first down reception. So the ball right at the 50-yard line, right at midfield. The clock continuing to operate. Shotgun formation.
Hernandez rolling out to the left, looking, shoots it, and tips it, intended for number 9. That's Sergio Garcia.
The ball caromed off the hands to number 24.
I'm sorry, and that's Arturo Estrada.
Cesar Becerra, and both Spartans unable to come up with a carom.
And there's an injured.
Another cramp there on the far side of the field in front of the Mount Carmel bench. John, I remember during Hell Week in 1967, 66, and 65 when I was in high school, those cramps that would hit you were excruciating.
Now we get them when we wake up in the morning and you stretch your leg wrong.
Man, those hamstrings.
So Hernandez and Sullivan. Sullivan will take the handoff. Finds room to the right, picks up a good 7-8 yards, and brings some momentum back to Central.
I remember those old wives' tales where they'd give you salt tablets. We'd go to Sing Lee's Market or Jimmy's and get by saladitos.
Right. So they're stopping the action. There's another Mount Carmel player down there between the 30 and 40-yard line, number 2.
But there was nothing like washing it down with an RC Cola, John, which was big in those days.
Nobody knows what an RC Cola is now. So they're having a conversation right at the line of scrimmage. Everybody's getting set. We've got 7:38 to go in this ball game. 33-15, Mount Carmel. Central has a football at the Mount Carmel 43. Out of the gun, Hernandez. He'll take the snap, looking over the middle, and overthrows his intended receiver, Arturo Estrada.
That's number 9. He goes at 5'9", 155, going up the ladder, but he ran out of rungs to keep climbing as the ball was thrown over for somebody that was more like 6'6" in height. Nevertheless, it'll be fourth down. The Spartans will be going for it again. They have nothing to lose with 7:26 remaining here in the fourth quarter.
Hernandez with a low snap, roll out to the left side, decides to keep, takes it to about the 40 on a 4th and short, gets that first down, and they'll move the change for the Central Spartans.
Well, it'll keep the drive alive as number 6, Zarian Robinson, brings in a play from the sidelines from Coach David Peña. So there's no quit in the Spartan offense, John. This is all a learning experience. It's like taking 10 tests during the season. This is test number 1, and this is where you'll see where you need to improve for next week.
And timeout is called for the Mount Carmel Sundevils. La Resaca has the absolute best Mexican-style seafood, chabelas, and of course, the best clamatos anywhere. And you also want to try the Sonora Fusion in El Centro for the best cuts of aged beef. La Resaca at 221 Campillo Street in Calexico, and in El Centro at 6th and Main today, a Friday. I went to have a shrimp cocktail. Delicious. Excellent food there by David Nuricumbo.
You can't believe it. We had dinner there back on July 12th. The steaks were superb. They took over the whole cutting board.
Now tell me, Vic, was it
My grandson ordered octopus as an appetizer. Delicious.
steak medium, medium rare?
Medium rare, John.
Era boy, cowboy.
And I didn't order A1 steak sauce.
I love it.
A la natural.
Don't need it. Don't want it. Okay, so a 1st and 10 for Central. Hernandez with Robinson in the backfield. Hayden Hernandez gets the snap. Fakes the dive, looking to his right. Shoots it far, and it's intercepted by the Mount Carmel Sundevils. That's number 2. Is that number 2?
That's Trevor Bananal.
From his safety position, Vic intercepts it in the end zone and brings it back to the 22-yard line, which takes the wind out of the Central Spartans.
Well, the Spartans' offense was denied again, but you can't fault them for trying, John, as they were trying to pick up 6 points there on that play. The pass slightly underthrown, allowing Bananal, who had the receiver behind him, but he had the better angle to make that interception, and intercept he did.
And Hernandez was looking good. He was carrying the momentum into Sun Devil territory, but a mistake like that.
Well, John, I like both quarterbacks for the Spartans, Rodriguez and Hernandez. And with this type of offense that's designed by Coach Peña, the Spartans are going to have a lot of success offensively.
And that's Caden Gent going to hand it off to Matthews going to the left side, but the Spartan defensive line is there for no gain on the play.
That's number 32, Lozola, in to make the stop for the Spartans. Rodolfo Lizaola, a 190-pound junior linebacker from the inside.
2nd and 11 for the Sun Devils. Gent in the backfield. He's got 3 receivers to the left side, 1 to the right. Matthews in the backfield. And they're stopping the action. The Spartans will call
So
a
with
timeout.
6:16 remaining here in the fourth quarter, Sun Devils 33, Spartans 15.
Okay, Vic, well, we're back with 6:16 to go. Mount Carmel has the ball, 2nd and 11 from way back at their 21. They're going to give it to Matthews, left side, right side, lowers shoulders and takes it up to the 30. He'll pick up 7, and it'll bring up a 3rd and short.
He's just a battering ram type of a running back, John, that is a load. It takes 3 or 4 Spartan defenders to try to bring him down.
Well, you're going to see a lot of running from Matthews. He's there. He looks like they're keeping him there. And they try to draw him offside. And
Well, you have the defensive backs and the linebackers making most of the tackles here, and that takes its toll as the game wears on.
but then you also have a good, strong defensive line by the Central Spartans. And a quick little pitch to number 17.
Severe.
And Severe has maybe a yard, if that, going north and south as this field runs in an east-west direction. So a 4th and about 4.
So offensively, the Sundevils go with Trevor Dickinson, Elias Kirashe, Gerald Cackham, and Zach Dubney on the offensive line, along with Justin Ruvivar,
I'd like to send a shout out to my good friend Joe Apodaca, principal of Imperial High School, but an alumni here at Central and a former coach for Central on Calexico. Thank you for tuning us in, Joe.
Well, he was a standout football player for the Spartans, and the late Joe Maruca, who was a principal and superintendent later on at Imperial, and then a 2-term county supervisor, passed away this January due to complications of COVID, but would always speak highly of Joe Apodaca when I would talk with him. And Joe Apodaca was one of Joe Maruca's favorite ball players and persons.
Yeah, and we had the pleasure of seeing him last week at the Imperial El Capitan Kickoff Classic. It was good to catch up with him and know that he's doing good things in Imperial. So a timeout is called with 4:33 to go in this football game. The Central Spartans are down 33-15. It looks closer than what the score represents.
Well, both teams look evenly matched, John. They both had flashes of brilliance, as I mentioned earlier, on both sides of the ball. Just the Sundevils have had more of them, and they've been able to convert those outstanding plays into points as they've scored touchdowns, where the Spartans have been denied repeatedly on 4th and 1 situations to keep their drives alive, and they haven't been able to dent the red zone as frequent as the Sundevils have.
And they're getting set to punt on a 4th and about 6, a high snap, but Ruben will get it off, end over end, and the Spartans will not return it, and they'll spot it at the 40.
So the Spartans have had measured success between the 30s, but it's the remaining 20 yards or 30 yards that you need to get into the end zone, and that's what counts, what's on the scoreboard. You can't walk away empty-handed.
Right, and the Spartans need to find a way to get this ball in the end zone. At least, they're down 18 points.
Well, 4:24 remaining here in the fourth quarter. It would be a moral victory if they can establish and sustain a drive to get them into the end zone to close out this ball game.
And Hernandez is back in there, I believe, with Robinson in the backfield. Hernandez looking for Robinson, overshoots him in the left flat, and there's another flag on number 3, Hunter Ledesma, as he may have put in a late hit.
Well, number 6, Zarian Robinson, running out of the backfield, a flare, and the pass was slightly overthrown as Hernandez implementing a 3-step drop, but the late hit by Ledesma gives the Spartans gift yards via the penalty route, and so they're up across midfield to the Sun Devil 45-yard line.
And it was a personal foul, so that's a big 15-yard penalty. And the Spartans have a 1st and 10 at the Sun Devil 45 with Hernandez in the backfield along with Robinson. Double-double formation.
And regardless of the score, the coach never likes to see that happen, particularly when you give the opposing team additional yardage.
Hernandez looking for somebody in the flat, but both receivers were going
deep. They were running fly patterns,
right.
So there must have been a breakdown in communication there.
And there's another penalty marker on the field.
It's thrown by the offensive line of scrimmage of the Spartans, so it could be holding by the offensive lineman.
It is. It's holding against Central, so it's a 10-yard penalty. They're going to move it back to the 45 of Central.
So we're back to where we started from when this offensive series began.
And it'll be a 1st and 20. Or they're moving it. I guess not. I guess they are. They're counting it from the 50, so they're going to move it to the 40-yard line. It'll look like it's a 1st and 15, 1st and 25.
So are you saying he walked off 14 yards instead of 15?
Well, I'm not sure how he did it.
You got to check and see what size shoes he's wearing.
And Hernandez scrambling, sacked at 35. Number 58 for the Mount Carmel, that is Kidachai.
Too many Spartans, offensive line standing around, John, looking like their pockets have been picked. They've got to provide some offensive blocking for their quarterback, Hernandez.
We still got pickpockets in our society?
I don't know, with the skinny jeans. I don't know if they're able to get their hands in there here.
And now back in is Damian Rodriguez at quarterback with Sullivan out of the shotgun. Damian looks for Sullivan near flat. Pass is caught, but picks up a couple of yards.
Well,
not nearly enough.
Charlie Sullivan continues to be a bright spot for the Central Spartans, both on the offensive and defensive side of the ball. But it's an 11-man game.
We have a final for the Brawley Mater Dei, 53-21 Mater Dei. That's the final score. And that was our other VSN North crew. We're calling that one Will Torres and Ron Rubio. So Damian Rodriguez rolling out to the right. Sees a man and intends to throw it to Arturo Estrada. It's incomplete.
Well, that number 3, Hunter Ledesma, showboating here in the closing minutes of the ball game. That was close to another potential taunting or late hit. But all for naught as the Spartans forced into a punting situation. This will be a 4th down that they're not going to try to go for. It's 4th and about forever.
Charlie Sullivan will now, looks like Charlie Sullivan is doing the punting for Central.
4th and 28.
And it looks like nobody's even going to attempt to return it. It'll just go back. It takes a Spartan bounce inside the 20, and they'll spot it right about the 18-yard line, where the Sundevils will have one more shot. They get a couple of first downs, Vic. It could be.
Well, there's an injury. There was what goes around comes around, I guess, as Hunter Ledesma was laid out by one of the Spartan punt coverage team members. But he can always point to the scoreboard. They're leading the game 33-15.
So 2:37 to go, 4th quarter.
Spartan defense back on the field. Dominic Lerma, Israel Rascon, Malachi Okan, and Nicholas Jimenez, the front 4. The linebackers are Angel Ortiz and Rodolfo Lizaola, along with Dominic Gomez, a 180-pound senior. They're backing up the defensive line.
So they're changing up their formation. Looks like they're going to take a victory. Take a knee, Vic, with 2:35 to go.
Also seen some action in the defensive secondary for the Spartans. Number 23, Joel Gonzalez Valdez. 5'7", 170-pound senior.
And a 2nd and about 17 from the 14-yard line.
And also playing at the defensive position is Damian Nelson, a 6'1", 182-pound senior defensive back. So he's going head up on Luke Sevier. So Mount Carmel going into victory formation with 1:45 remaining, the clock running. It looks like they'll be avenging the defeat that they suffered in 2019 in the first round of San Diego CIF championship play when they lost to the Central Spartans 46-38. That was in November 8th, 2019, and here they journey east to Imperial County to take on the Central Spartans from the county seat, El Centro. And it'll be a victorious and joyful ride back on Interstate 8.
They'll have to punt the football, or because they're got about a minute to go, and it's 4th down. So they take a knee here. They allow Central good field position. And they'll just do that. And they've timed this perfectly. They get the delay of game, right?
Yeah, with 22 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter.
And they'll just run out the clock with 22 seconds. And this has been an outstanding football game. This is our first VSN broadcast here in 2021, August 20th. Beautiful night.
Yeah, so substituting freely here in the final 22 seconds of play, a whole fresh crop of clean uniforms in white coming on to be able to run one playoff as they initiate their high school careers, these sophomores and juniors, playing for the first time at the varsity level. Back to receive for the Spartans, standing at the Carmel 35-yard line.
And he's just going to run it out and take a knee down in the end zone, but there's still 16 seconds.
So it'll make it 33-17.
Seconds left in the game. We're going to bring the score to Sundevils 33, Spartans 17.
We'd like to thank our halftime guest tonight, Josh Wise. Next week, we've got on the halftime guest list, we have Butch Morales, who's going to talk about his quarterback academy that he runs down here in the Imperial Valley. Butch Morales, graduate of Calexico High School, 1994, was the quarterback for the 93 championship team. And he'll be joining us next week at Calexico in the booth when we call the Calexico Castle Park game.
That's right, Castle Park from the South Bay area in Chula Vista, perennial powerhouse back in the day in the 70s and 80s. And with all the new high schools that have been built around the Chula Vista to the border of San Isidro, there's been a drain on a lot of their athletes and their talent pool as Otay Ranch, East Lake, and other schools have benefited from their draw. But nevertheless, Castle Park coming out to the Imperial Valley as we try to broaden the horizons of the competition level that the Valley schools have to play to get recognized by the power brokers in San Diego CIF's San Diego section.
So a safety for the Spartans brings them to 17. And kicking off here with 16 seconds is Ruben from Mount Carmel. And it'll be picked up by Arturo Estrada inside the 30, 35, coming this way. Somebody's helmet is off. 40. And he's still on his feet. He'll cross midfield and take it to the 45.
Well, see, you hate to see that happen. The Carmel player went in head first to make that block on number 3 for El Centro, that being Sergio Garcia, the freshman. And I hope he's not hurt.
Yeah.
He's able to move his legs, so there's no, I mean, I think it could be a what do they call them, pinchers in the neck?
Yeah. So they will attend to him.
You know, it used to be the high schools would have the local ambulance service here as part of the field.
Now, did you see that? I was looking at.
I was watching it. He went head first into the return man. There he's getting up on his own power and walking off. So he got his bell rung, John.
Number 27.
And that young man is Jalen Allen, a senior.
And now Central will have 7 seconds.
So fortunately for Jalen Allen, a serious injury was avoided. But I'm sure he'll be reviewing that play on their film to not repeat it in the future.
So Hernandez is back in.
7.2 seconds remaining. This could be the last play of the ball game.
He's got trips right. One lone setback in Robinson looking to the left side. Pass is caught there, number 8, and brought down.
That's Elijah Perez.
And he'll stop the call with stop the clock with 0.8 seconds.
They'll be looking deep, John, for possibly the Hail Mary in the end zone, unless he wants to throw underneath and then let whoever the receiver, use his athleticism to knife his way into the end zone.
And Hernandez looking right flat, pass is caught, number 14. Scrambling and brought down, and that should be the end of the ball game, Vic.
So number 14 was Gavin Marini, who had a touchdown reception to his credit. Here able to close the game out with another reception, but denied the end zone. So the final score, ladies and gentlemen, 33-17 in favor of the visiting Sundevils of Mount Carmel. A beautiful night for football, a well-played game, but the Central Spartans come up short on their opening game of the 2021 campaign.
Well, we saw some good offensive attack and good defense on both of these teams. The Sundevils just got away, took advantage of some breaks that they got, and were the better of the two tonight.
Well, in execution, they were better. In scoring, they were better. On both sides of the ball, they had the advantage. But when you have players like Jaden Virgin, a blue chipper, Luke Sevier, along with Darren Parham, and Colin Montgomery, the linebacker, you add those, stir those up, you come up with success, John, and it's evidence tonight in their opening 33-17 victory over the Central Spartans. Any closing thoughts?
Well, we've got Calexico next week. We'll see how that goes. They had a tough time tonight against Palo Verde. The last update I got, it was a 16-0. And we didn't get any updates yet on Southwest and Hopeful, which was supposed to be a pretty good game. And, a lot of teams will be playing next week. I felt this was a good experience here on the VSN first game,
Well, John, that's the exciting part of Valley Sports Network, is that we're going to be doing a lot of the South games of the Valley. We'll be covering El Centro with Central High School and Southwest. We'll be going out east to Hopeville and their game of the week. Imperial, as we did last week with Imperial and El Capitan High School. And then in the border community, we'll be covering both the Calexico Bulldogs and the Vincent Memorial Scots. So we'll have an opportunity to go throughout the Valley to televise or live stream these games and get the players that exposure and bring them into the living rooms and family rooms of everybody watching at home. And that's the exciting part, is that we've had people joining in and joining us and partaking in this endeavor.
We'd like to thank our program director, Will Torres, at VSNsports.net, the Valley Sports Network, our technician in the booth, Jose Alejos, and our cameraman, Luis Panchito Garcia, and of course, the people that make our broadcast possible, and that is our sponsors. Join us next week from the Chocolate Mountains to the Sea of Cortez, all along the border on a Friday night when VSN, the Valley Sports Network, the source for Imperial Valley sports, travels to Calexico's Ward Field for Game of the Week 2 between Castle Park Trojans and the Calexico Bulldogs. You can catch the game of the week. Next week, we'll start at 6:45 with our pregame show. Again, tonight's final score, Central 17, Mount Carmel 33. For Vic Carrillo, this is John Moreno of Bulldog Media bringing you live coverage of Imperial Valley football, saying good night on VSN, the Valley Sports Network.